Welcome to the stream. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. I am still echoey. Hi, I'm Braethorn, and we're gonna do the thing today, the thing that you guys like that I do, which is helping people with PC stuff. So, good. That's good. We're gonna do that. Hi, everybody. Real quick over here on Twitch, what's going on, Dodger Dog? How's it going? Risen Bull, welcome. Glad to see you. And Deathly Nightshade. Let's go, nerds, indeed. I'm looking up there, but you're like over here, but I'm looking up there because you're over there for me. You're over here for you. And over here on YouTube, in YouTube land. What's going on, Sailor X? How's it going? Glad the storm passed you by. Sorry to hear about that flooding, though. We'll talk about 9000 series. Anton coming in early with that message. Like the stream. I appreciate you. What's going on, Alice? Welcome. Glad to see you. Dave Odell, welcome in. John Paul Bacon, welcome. And Man Zencow, how are you? AMD's late launch is causing mass psychosis. I don't know about that. I feel like mass psychosis would be... that's kind of an extreme. I don't know about that. What's up, Man Zencow, though? Glad to have you here. It's something for sure. I mean, look, it's anything 8 core that they launch is going to be under the shadow of the 7800X3D, period, for any gaming tests. But that's the thing that I've been telling you guys all along that was going to happen. I've been saying that for like a long time. So if you see them saying that in a review, you should be like, well, Bray called it. I guess I'm watching the right videos and streams. And we all kind of knew that was going to happen. However, what's interesting is its performance in not gaming. Another thing that I was talking about, that I was predicting, like, oh, it's going to be good for not gaming stuff. If all you compare is gaming, if all you care about is gaming, 7800X3D, or wait for the 9800X3D. Either way, it's their gaming product. Don't know what else to tell you. Warrior Sailor, good evening. Welcome. Dark Dreams 01. Hey, man. Hey, man, yourself. How's it going? Crash. Hey, Brian, kind of ashamed of this. Gave in and bought Starfield before he judged me. I watched one of the base game. It was like, I'm not going to judge you for that. I thought you already had Starfield. You talked about it plenty. It's fine. I played Starfield for a long time. Even with all of its problems, I liked building ships, especially with mods. However, basically, if I try to log in now, I was in space in a ship whose parts were all modded parts, like from a designer who designed custom ship parts. So I'm probably just going to be floating in the empty blackness of space if I try to log in. Oops. It's probably a previous save that I can get into and where I'm on a planet. I saved a lot in that game because crashes and stuff. Matthew and A. Hello, I'm currently building my PC and my CPU is a 7950X3D 4070 Ti Super. I'm sure you meant to say. Should be a fun PC. That should. I imagine you're using that for not just gaming then. If you got the 16 core CPU instead of the 8 core 7800X3D. That would be the gaming chip, but yeah. I was about 2 SpongeBob games. We're not going to judge you for any of that. You do what you want. Movie here starting a new Baldur's Gate 3 game and still not having finished it. I haven't finished it either. But like, that's the thing is, I really love Baldur's Gate 3 and I really want to finish it. So I'm probably just going to start it over myself and try to just do a mad session all the way through it. Koshu, welcome to the stream with your first time chat saying, hi everyone, I just bought my first PC in a decade from Alexander PCs. Thank you, Braithorn, for turning me on to them. I'm excited. I'm excited for you. Did you get your $50 off though? With code Thorn. It's this part of my name right here. If you didn't use that, you can use it you can email them and they'll apply it for you. But yeah, I'm happy to hear that. Which one did you get? Medic's here. Everyone can relax. Awesome. Thanks for being here, Medic. Appreciate you. Matthew Renee says, I'm hyped. Hyped for you. That's really cool. So, Ryzen 9000 series. As you noticed, as you may have noticed, yesterday was the launch of the Ryzen 5 and Ryzen 7 CPUs, the 9600X and the 9700X, respectively. And there was not a stream of me unboxing the PC that was going to have the 9700X in it, in the place where the CPU goes. That's because with all the sending back of stuff for review samples and things like that, mine was just delayed. So iBuyPower was still sitting on the PC waiting for the new chip to come in, and apparently AMD decided to split the launches. So both Ryzen 9 chips are going to be on the 15th, as far as I know. Who even knows anymore? And the Ryzen 5 and Ryzen 7 chips are already available at retail. And reviews are coming out. And they're mixed. In fact, Gamers Nexus had a lot of issues with their Ryzen 5. It's almost like it's a new product at launch. What else did I tell you guys a whole lot throughout all of this? If you get the new products right off the bat, you're going to see some early adopter woes. You're going to be going through it. That's part of the deal when you get something right at launch. This isn't just about getting computer. Spend money, get computer. It's about learning to, if you want to get into PCs, and this is the best gateway to do that. Pre-builds are the best way to do that, or your first build through whatever. I feel like in a big way, my channel is the best way to get into PCs for newbies. That's the goal of my channel. If you're wanting to get into that, I also need to help you guys figure out how to watch the industry, watch those changes happening, be able to anticipate what it's going to be like when new stuff's coming out, how you should approach it. Now, I'm not telling you, I'm helping you figure it out, because it's going to be different for everybody. If you like living on the bleeding edge and getting the latest stuff when it comes out, and you don't care about having to install 3 BIOS in there over time, over the next 4 weeks or whatever, hey, go for it. If you give it a month, it'll be a lot more stable than day 0. I'm just saying. But we're probably going to see, like, very likely that 7600X and 7700X have dropped in price. But yeah, watching all the different takes on it, I gotta say, it's a little disappointing to see everybody so focused on gaming when we all kind of knew that wasn't going to be the big benefit of this until the X3D chips come out. The 9000 series X3D chips are going to be bananas, like insane. But there have been some startling improvements. As a matter of fact, I'm going to bring up, let me see if I can bring this up. This was Wendell who was tweeting about this. Let me find him. Was it Wendell who posted about it? It might have been a retweet. Here it is. It was from Foronix. So let's go ahead and scooch on over, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, so this was reposted by Wendell yesterday, and this was from Foronix, who I actually don't follow, but I'll have to probably follow that. It's focused on open source and Linux, which is probably why it didn't cross my desk earlier, because I immerse myself in what my audience needs, which is pre-built Windows PCs, basically. But let's see. This original post states, some of the AMD Ryzen 9000 series games are pretty wild in addition to the power efficiency. Besides exciting me for AMD server Epic Turin with these workloads, it will also make for very interesting yada 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 Epic stuff, server stuff, yeah. But let's look at these right here. So this is Apache HTTP server, okay? And this is the top dog here is 13900K, 14900K. Right under that is the 9700X. Actually, well above. Look at this difference here. Okay, well above the 9600X, 14600K, 13600K, 7950X, 7950X 3D, all of these, it is up there with the absolute top CPUs. And the power draw with these...
saying I called it, but you know.
I did call it, yes. What's up, Gary? Thank you for doing that. Yo, Igor, coming in with 2 tier 1 gifted subs for the community. Let's go, nerds. Thank you, buddy. That's a tier 1 gifted sub for J11MZ and Blood Money 318. Welcome to the swarm. And Igor, welcome to the stream. How's it going? But I mean, look at that. This is crazy. 65 watt TDP, though with AMD, that does mean something different. This is showing the power draw at about 69.75 watts, give or take. Nice. And these are, looks like the 13900K was at about 688. That's crazy. That doesn't make any sense. No, that's not right. That must not be it. I'm calling this number something it's not. Whatever. Okay. But anyway, it's supposed to be like a 65 watt TDP, which is like the 7700 non-X CPU. Let's look at the next one. Oh, but these, you know, what are the TDPs of the 14900K and 13900K? Several times that amount. I was also looking at gamersnexus.net to see if they had their article up. They don't. This is another sim here, a sim DJ Son. I don't know what that is. But what they're testing here is showing 9000 series Ryzen coming out on top of everything else that they have tested. This is Pi Performance 1.11, and it lowers better, and it's better than everything else. And then TensorFlow 9700X on top. So if you just look at gaming, they're not going to be that impressive against the 7800X 3D. And even against the 7700X, it's apparently pretty impressive because it does maybe like, what was it, 8 to 10% better performance with way less power usage. But when you compare it to the 77 non-X, then it's not as impressive for gaming. Again, for gaming. But that's not all we need to talk about here. But yeah, Wendell's response was the duality of workload improvements in Zen 5. I get gamers, but this is the other side of the coin that's legit bananas. Of course, we'll know more once the 12 and 16 core reviews are out. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. That's Wendell saying, I know a thing. Okay? I know a thing, and that's that. There you go. I don't know why I had my DMs open there, but whatever. Nothing crazy in there. I was talking to Adam from, I talk, DM with Adam from PC World, but I don't really talk to him in Twitter DMs anymore. We mostly just text now, if you must know. Anyway, I've missed a bunch of stuff going on here. Sorry, guys. You guys were wondering about 9000 series. There's not a lot of, these are not the chips I'm interested in. Even though I'm getting one for review in a system from iBuyPower, the 9700X, I do want to test it out. I want to see how it does. We're going to get a PC from them, see how the thing cools and see how it runs. We can even throw in a 7700X and compare it afterwards. However, the chip I'm personally interested in, which I shouldn't let that really dictate what I do, but the one I'm personally most interested in is the 9950X. That might be my new video editing choice. Because even though the latest BIOS is helping with exporting videos and streaming and stuff, I kind of need to move away from that. I need to move away from Intel for now. The microcode supposedly is out. I know Jay's already testing it. The thing about it, when that comes out, you do want to install it for anyone with a high-end Intel system. You do want to install that, okay? But I want to see what the results are first. We know that it's going to be ground into, like, they're gonna like beat the hell out of these systems over there at Hardware Unboxed. Jay's gonna mess with his. Gamers Nexus is gonna be validating. We need to give that a few days or a week or so to see how that goes. So Igor says, have a good stream, Bray. I appreciate you as always. But yeah, actually, Gary, I am saying I called it because that's, wouldn't you? Let's see. Hi, Host Swarm. What's up, Dirt Shooter? Welcome. Koshu totally got the discount. Picked up an AMD Assassin with a 4080 Super. Nice. Okay. Very cool. Still haven't played Baldur's Gate. Braille, I'll let you guys play anything Bill Gates started. I bet you guys anything Bill Gates started off with a pre-built. No, he was there before pre-builts were a thing, so he couldn't have. But I like the thought. It's nice. That chart is impressive. It is. And if you do anything like that, if you do any home lab stuff, anything like that, you're going to have your eyes on these chips because they're coming in at lower retail. They're being launched at lower retail prices than their predecessors were. Now, that's MSRP, and that doesn't really match up with the current. Okay, I should say they're coming in at lower MSRP than the previous generation. That's great. But the current retail prices for that previous generation are way lower. So you can't really compare that. You have to decide for yourself, like, hey, is 7000 series enough for me, or do I need to get 9000? We'll see. If you're doing anything semi-professional, any prosumer work, if you're going to be editing video or doing, Photoshop, if you're going to be doing anything like that from home, it could be that it's worth getting a high-end 9000 series Ryzen chip, but we'll find out about that. I intentionally didn't watch other creators' vids on the new chips just so I can wait for your live. Well, Dodger Dog, I wish I had that PC. With all the stuff, I even spoke to, I know the rep who's managing the 2 activations we're trying to do. One with iBuyPower and the other is a surprise that I'm really excited about. But a lot of the stuff is catching them by surprise, because if you have someone who's not in that department of managing when things launch and managing product launches and product development, things like that, instead they're the person who is the liaison for SIs, they're not going to have all the information all the time. So I think this kind of caught them off guard too. But hectic season. Launch seasons are always hectic. What can you do? But let's say hi to some people in YouTube, though. But also hi, Jerry. And Intel's taking a beating in the stock market. And yes, they are. That's reactive. That is reactive. Because everything before this, Medic, was Intel growing. With the CHIPS Act and building the fab here and all of that. And now it's like pretty scary. Really wish Intel wasn't having issues. I could get one of their CPUs for half price with employee discount. Oh yeah? Okay, interesting. Okay, now to catch up with YouTube chat. Sorry, guys. Let's see. I want to find a copy of Final Fantasy II. I hope it's online. They have the Pixel remake, something like that. Pixel remake. I forget what it's called. But that is, now if you're talking about that's what it was called in America, Final Fantasy II, that is my first JRPG that I ever played. And I was hooked ever since. And the intro song for it, the theme that plays when the airships are flying through the air and you're going to get the crystals and stuff, that lives in my head permanently. Like I just, every now and then it's just like playing in my head. I'm just like, okay, this has been since I was single digit years old. This is not healthy. Will it take time for everyone to adjust to 9000 series architecture versus current architecture in early series? Not really, because John, this is kind of an iterative update launch. It's a smaller process node. Yeah, that's one of the reasons it's much more efficient and why they're focused so much on it being that efficient. But I think that this is going to be they're going to be just like 7000 series. Any standard 7000 series Ryzen processors are a good bet. They're solid, but they weren't as wild in performance as 13th and 14th gen Intel, though that didn't turn out too well overall. But then X3D came out, and that was their, oh, you want a game? You really shouldn't choose anything other than this. This is the CPU for you. So you're going to have a solid foundation with 9000 series, and then later this year, very likely X3D. If it's not sometime in late Q3, well, not like probably Q4 of this year, it'll be Q1 of 2025. You'll see the launch of X3D chips, probably announced at CES like they were in 2023 for the 7000 series ones. Anyway, catching up with chat here still. VTS says, so expect this with the X870 and X870E boards too. I'm probably not going to recommend too many X870 or X870E boards because you have plenty of X670 and X670E boards. Now, I need to look more into it. There may be much better DDR5 performance with those. They certainly make a lot of claims about stuff. So, yo, Braxton1823, thank you for the tier 2 sub. Look at that, tier 2. It's 2 tiers, but not like these kind, like the cake kind. Sort of. 5 months on a 5-month streak. Thank you, Braxton, excuse me. Don't know why I threw a T in there, but it's good to see you too. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, I need to see what the differences are. They didn't add any more PCIe lanes, anything like that. They're not doing a big upgrade to it like Intel is because it's a new socket, new chipset, all that. This is still a new chipset, but it's very similar. It's the same dual chipset if you get X870E. Basically, it's a single. You take one X870 chipset and then times 2, and that's how you do it for the E. So I know they're doing that. There can't be that many major changes. And I know Gamers Nexus did a whole breakdown video talking about the chipsets. That's what I would look at right there. I would watch that. And that's probably how I'll get my information. Alan Molina, what's up? Hey, what's your recommendation if I want to buy high-end PC for gaming and streaming? Alan, my recommendation is that you look at the description of the stream. The first thing there is a link that you can click to fill out the form to get in line to get help. Help is free, except I ask a little bit of your time so that you can fill out that form, and that way I'm informed as to exactly what would be good for you, because otherwise your words on the screen and I don't know how to make a good recommendation. If anyone makes a recommendation to you based on that one sentence, they're talking about what's right for them, not what's right for you. Or they're just guessing. Ken Oliver, can't believe I caught the stream in the first 10 minutes. Wow. Also, today is my birthday. Heck yeah. Hey, let's do that. Happy birthday to Ken Oliver, spending his birthday here with the Swarm. Let's go, nerds. And many more. Sorry. But there you go. Well, happy birthday. Wendell's review was insightful. Yeah, I need to watch more of them. I was doing a lot of yard work today. That was exhausting. It's really hot outside. Matthew says, depends on your budget, but Intel and AMD can do both. I'm not recommending Intel right now. I need to see how they do with the microcode update. There could be another one following. We don't know. We don't know. Okay, Alan, the first thing you need to do is figure out a budget. Don't ever make someone guess your budget, because I'll find a $10,000 PC for you. I'll do it. And it will be way easier than you might think. You need to set a budget. If you want anybody to help you, you need to set parameters. Okay? Okay, there you go. You're answering it now. All right, I'm pretty far behind. I'm catching up. What do you think about the stock of Intel tanking this week? Not one of the talking heads said anything about 13th, 14th gen problems since it's not related to something. That cut off, Gary. AI. Oh. What do I think about it? It's well deserved. Like if you look at that line and how it plummets, it's representative of the trust that consumers had in Intel. It's part of how the stock market works, am I right? So when you do something that is so egregious, like knowing for a couple of years that there's a known issue with your entire shipments of CPUs, and then with the code running them, and you refuse RMAs, and then you deny things, and you basically have to be dragged out of your hole to finally admit to the world, yeah, we knew there was a problem since 2022. What do you deserve? That trust is going like this, so the stock value needs to do the same. It sucks, but you have to understand, if people get fired, if people are being laid off, that's a choice that Intel is making. That's where they're gonna really, okay. But Intel painted themselves into that corner. Now, You guys haven't seen me making any big takedown videos of Intel, right? Because the industry is already on the ropes, okay? There are SIs that might have to shutter their doors because of how bad things have been. Because, you know, when I say to you guys, if you use a code, thank you for, you know, you save money and you support what I do. Well, it's been pretty rough lately because people haven't been buying PCs. I prefer to do it that way because instead of you guys giving me money directly, you save money and support me. It's the best. And I'm upfront with it. I let you guys know that's how that works. And we don't go with just like 2 or 1 SI. So we're not really, you know, unbiased. You know, we're not really biased, I should say. We can be unbiased and have a whole list of ones to choose from. And then there's ones like Falcon Northwest where there's just nothing like that set up. And if it's right for someone, I do a build there. Micro Center, I get nothing out of that. I just do it. Okay. So can't really call me, can't really say I'm not impartial here, but it's been rough lately. You know, I'm not going to go into that too much because no pity parties over here, but yeah, I got to do what I got to do, you know? Observer of Thoughts. Hey, Braithorn, welcome. Alan, because I want to stream the game, but because I will do console too, I might need some Elgato stuff. Wow, Alan, you are starting from 0, huh? Is this the first, you haven't watched any videos on setting up streams or anything like that? Because I mean, I don't go over that stuff too much. I do the PC part. But like I said, please fill out the form. I'll check if you've done so already. Let's see here. Where was I? I see it. You have filled out the form. Oh, Alan. Oh, Alan. You got caught. You're going to have to wait. You should pay attention to what you're clicking on there. You gave it away. If you're going to buy more than a month from now, it straight up tells you, hey, where is it? It's here. You should not submit this form yet. And then it takes you down here where it says, note, if your answer to the second question brought you directly here, please do not submit your form. It's better if you get assistance within a few weeks of making your purchase. So we'll see you when that time comes around. And until then, feel free to hang out and learn some stuff, because then you'll be much better prepared to make your purchase. But I got to tell you, the very first thing you should have read was this. If you ignore the instructions in any of the questions, you agree, by submitting the form, to be roasted on stream. It's good-natured, though, so don't worry, but as it says right there. But yeah, if you're not ready to purchase within a month, you shouldn't be getting help until you are ready, until you have figured out the things you need to know when you're making a multi-$1,000 purchase. Just saying. But yeah, you're not allowed to fill out the form yet for at least a month now, because you weren't ready to purchase within a month. So there's that. Still going off in chat though, right? Why are you asking? You're not like you're how many months away from purchasing are you? Out of curiosity. Availability changes, prices change. Heck, half of Ryzen's new processors still have yet to launch, and they're going to launch in a few days. Like, and we're going to see reviews of that. Like, things change very, very quickly in this industry, especially during launch season. You might be ready to purchase around the time the 50 series GPUs are launched by NVIDIA. That might be of interest to you, I imagine. Also, guys, please make sure when you're submitting your form that whatever name you type in here, that it matches what shows up in whichever chat you choose. If you're going to be viewing and chatting in YouTube chat, look at what pops up when you say stuff. If you're going to be in Twitch chat, look at what pops up when you say stuff there. Type that in here so I can validate that it's you. No problem, Alan. I'm just looking out for you. If I help you now, you're going to be coming back in 2 months or whenever you're ready to buy and being like, hey, there's new stuff. What do I get? Yeah, we're going to help. We're ready to help you out whenever the time is right. You don't even have, well, you'll have to fill out the form again because you got caught with that question. But yeah. Now we'll take a look here. Oh, I took care of this. Why didn't I? Oh, and I didn't put a link there. What's wrong with me? Oh, well. Visual Nate was taken care of. No. Wait, there is a link there. Where the heck? It's not. Okay. I don't know what's happening now. I guess I didn't copy it over because it was the last one, I guess. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so we're gonna do roll call here in a bit. Looks like 2 people have filled out the form. Alan, of course, as we found. It's okay. It's all right. Just want to make sure the help I give you is as accurate and helpful as possible. Time is a big component of that. 40 in chat, but only 12 likes. Oh no, Anton has seen a critical flaw. What will you all do about it over there in YouTube chat? Hit the like button. Why not? I filled out a form previously. Will I get a recommendation when the updates are out? Is that what do you want to wait for that? The Observer of Thoughts? Did I say truth? Observer of Thoughts. Did you want to wait for that? You got to let me know. Observer of Thoughts also unlocked a random emote. It's the cry emote. That's our buddy RGB, and he's crying. So no pay to play, says Kevin H. What does that mean? Oh, sweet. I finally found a water planet in No Man's Sky. Is that a big deal? Prices will change in a month. Very true. Barutu, Braythorn, hi. How's it going? Welcome. 800 series Mobo. What about it? They're not out yet. It's going to be late September, I think. Sometime in September. Maybe. Not upgrading anything for a while. Big list of specs. Cool. Bray, what was your favorite thing besides shipbuilding doing Starfield? Shipbuilding. At first it was like it's just shipbuilding, really. It had a really cool shipbuilder. That was the thing. It really stuck out as like really polished as compared to anything else in the game. I played through the story and it was pretty cool-ish. There were some lulls in the story. There was some like, I'm not really motivated to do this. Why am I doing this? And then I didn't know about what happens when you beat the game. I was mad. So, you know, you have to make decisions with Starfield. Like, do you want to do a lot of, you know, I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but I wish someone had spoiled something for me, basically. Okay, we got another person entering here. So here's how we're doing. We are doing roll call now, and this is how this works, okay? If you know that you have submitted a form and you are ready to get help, what you need to do is this. Type @Brayathorn. It will help you finish typing it to make sure it is spelled correctly, okay? That works in both Twitch and YouTube chat. Do that, and then after that, put "I'm on the list." Those are the words. That's the thing you need to do. Because lots of people, not lots of people, but some people, when I say this, decide to start typing my name in, and I start seeing highlights come up everywhere. I need to see those words. @Brayathorn, I'm on the list. Then I'm going to highlight you here, and we shall proceed. Sound good? Yes, it does. That's actually for me to say. You said no sponsor, so no pay to play. No sponsor. Okay. Well, I'm not sure when I talked about sponsors, but okay. Okay, Wolf Cross, Fun Bobby, all right. Bethesda will, Bethesda, they will. Okay, you'll wait, all right. In the meantime, Observer, he can keep observing. Pick up some stuff here and there. If this is stuff you're not familiar with, it's, you know, learning is free. Just hang out and see my methodology, see how I approach these things. It can honestly maybe get you to a point to where you're like, oh, I got this figured out. Though we're always happy to help anyway. What's up, Short Game? How's it going? Mr. Danklin, how are you doing? What else? Did I miss anyone else coming in and saying hi? If I did, I feel bad. Malcolm Davis. Anyone else see the mic as a JPEG? This? Is that what we think it is? No, I'm pretty sure it's not a JPEG. I think it's a Shure Super 55. And it's the most beautiful microphone there is. Period. It's my favorite. I've seen some cool microphones. I've been offered microphones. I don't want them. This is my favorite one. Like, why would I change this? This thing's gorgeous. I've actually thought about seeing if there's a purple foam replacement or seeing about getting this anodized in a nice subtle purple or something, you know, but it's just nice the way it is. I really don't need to. Okay, let me start marking some people down as being here. Wolfcross and Yo, Observer, thank you for the 100 biddies. Much appreciated. Wolfcross, Fun Bobby, and Malcolm Davis. All three of these. Okay. So I was just marking these down. These were submitted on Tuesday. I'm guessing they're not here. What's up, London boy? It's been a minute. How's it going? Black filter would look good. There is one with the black filter. It's a different Super 55. It also has a mute switch. It's like more, I don't know. I like the blue filter. I think it looks good already. And blue is close to the brand color, which is like a blurple color, basically. It's electric indigo is a color I go with, where you have more blue than red to make purple. That will make a blurple color. Is the matte, it's the matte reflection. It's just reflective. It looks amazing. I don't think I've ever had anyone claim that my microphone's fake, because like if I'm not talking right by it, it doesn't sound as good. Like my microphone clearly is the dynamic super cardioid Shure Super 55 with great off-axis rejection. So I have to be right in front of it and close to it, and then it sounds great. I love this stuff. Okay, short game. I know you're here. I just saw you, so I guess I'll mark you down. So here is the essence of what we do, what we're doing, as at least until the Ryzen 9 chips have launched and reviews have come out for those. Okay? I mean, we are now, what is the date today? This 8th. So we're now literally 1 week away from the launch of the 9900X and the 9950X. Anyone who's looking to do anything more than just gaming, wait. Those are the chips I'm going to be recommending for that. Okay? I feel it. I feel it in my bones, all right? Those are going to be the top dog when it comes to content creation, 3D design. Blender is going to be just like, okay, 9950X, let's go. All of that. So if you're looking for anything beyond just gaming, I'm just letting you know ahead of time what my primary recommendation is going to be. It's to hold off until a week from now. 7 days. 7 days. So let's take a look here at what we got. So, okay, so Fun Bobby 81. My recommendation to you: wait until the 15th. Watch those reviews, then come back. That Thursday, I'm probably gonna. Hopefully, I'll have a PC to review then to test out myself. Sure, but then I'll start folding those into my recommendations as long as everything's working and all is hunky dory. And then same thing for Wolfcross. Now, remember this: once you start choosing things other than just gaming, that doesn't really tell me what your priority is. Okay, my goal then is to then configure or find a PC that can do all of those things pretty much equally. Okay, if there's a preferred thing, like a priority thing, you got to tell me, like, hey, this thing is going to be my video editing machine, but I want to be able to game and stream on it. Okay, cool. Then we focus more on the video editing thing. Now, for these two gaming PCs here, that's easy. 7800X 3D for the CPU, and then whatever else fits into it for the GPU and the rest of the system. Easy peasy. There you go. Okay? That's what we're going to do. We're going to find the right ones. This one looks to be a Micro Center build in Tustin, so I can do that. And for Malcolm Davis, looks like you're getting a pre-built from whomever's going to have the best one. And since you're looking for 1080p, I mean, you might not need a 7800X 3D. It's just going to be like good for a really long time. That's kind of the deal there. Any hot takes regarding 7900X, Braethorn? Well, yeah, you shouldn't get it. Not at all. Compared to the 7800X 3D, because all you listed here was gaming for yours. This is not a hot take. This is just the take. You should not spend the extra money to get a 7900X when a 7800X 3D is going to perform a lot better in gaming. The video download was canceled. Please try again. Error 1000. I keep getting this. Did you try reloading? I don't know why that would be. Besides quitting my job due to migraines behind my eyes, canceled my trip to San Juan and Puerto Rico. That is in 2 weeks. And had to quit my job due to eyes. I'm doing fine. That is not great. You didn't say it twice though. You said it once. Sorry to hear that. That sucks. 4K at 2500 is pushing it. What is? Who said 2500 for 4K? You talking about this one up here? We did it, so it's not pushing it if you go with an AMD Radeon card, which is what we did. 7900 XTX in 4K does amazing. And it's way cheaper than a 4090. So if all you can think of is what NVIDIA card's the right one, you're doing it wrong. And that's why I do what I do. For Raymond. Yeah. No, we figured it out. It worked out fine. All they're doing is streaming and coding / game design. And the other thing is they're not gaming. So it didn't even have to be a crazy. I don't think we went 7900 XTX. They're just displaying stuff. But I still got them, I think, a 7900 XT. Unless it was a 7900 XTX. I don't remember. But yeah, no, it's easy to do. You just don't go with NVIDIA's way too expensive stuff in every case. If it's within budget, sure. Because is it better? Yeah. Like, if you want the absolute best and you can afford the absolute best, who am I to argue? But if there's a constraint there, that's where I have to put the old thinking cap on and be like, oh, there's other brands. What? But yeah, so fun for Fun Bobby 81 and Wolfcross. Wolfcross already said, "I'll be here, no worries." And Fun Bobby said, "Cool, thanks." All right, cool. So you guys can continue to hang out. That doesn't mean you should leave or anything. Like, you can chill, listen. You'll pick up some facts, some information, some opinions, things like that as I go. But we're gonna go ahead and take care of Malcolm Davis first. And this one, we're gonna try to get basic. I mean, you're looking at 1080p gaming at $1,500. Malcolm, what's the actual maximum budget for your system, if I may ask? Like a 3080 Ti, it's fine, but 1300 2 years ago, that's what it was retail at that point. And it was still kind of hard to get GPUs. Hayden, how's it going? Welcome. Wolfcross said, ouch. Ouch for what? Did I say something wrong about yours? I was saying, like, yeah, you should hold off. I thought you said, I'll be here, no worries. What's the ouch for? The difference between the 870s and 670s is USB 4 is standard, not optional. That can't be the only difference, I don't think. I think there's something with DDR5 as well. I don't remember. I watched the video a while back. Okay, 1500. All right. Jose Aguilar, I used your code for a PC from iBuyPower. That saved, thanks. It saved me $200. Heck yeah, that's awesome. 5% is probably the highest discount I get anywhere. So the iBuyPower coupon is no joke. And now I'm inspired. Maybe we should go there. But yeah, 1500 prefer. If you give me a max budget, you have to be comfortable with that max budget. Okay. But we'll, because of that, we'll try to find one that has free shipping or something, so that helps out with that. Really, taxes are all you have to worry about. Oh, ouch for the 3080 Ti price. Yeah. But I mean, it's a great card, you know. Okay, so let's take a look at... I don't think I could do a custom one for that. It's Zydax. Okay. We're going to go ahead and remove this. There we go. Alan will be ready for you whenever you're ready. So let me think here. Because we're looking at 1080p. Well, let me see. I'm curious here. Let's try this real quick. What can I do? What happens if I go to 7000 series, like right off the bat? Why isn't it letting us? Yeah, it's not going to work. What'd you say for how long, how quickly you want to get it? Within 2 weeks. You want to get it within 2 weeks from when you purchase, from when you make your purchase, right? Okay. I could do that. Let me see. They've already got it with the 9700X here. Wow. And what is it if we change that to... It's $22 less to go with a 7800X 3D. We're above budget, clearly, but 5% off is going to help. But honestly, yeah. $22 less to get a 7800X 3D. That's what I would do. I'm just checking this out. I'm trying to do a custom system. What is the GPU? So we're using... What memory is this? Okay, certified 32 gigs, DDR5 6000. Okay. The prices are getting better because it's only a $40 difference from DDR5 5600 to DDR5 6000. That used to be more of an amount there, so that's good. Nice to see that. What are we on for the GPU? 4070 Super. That's overkill for 1080p. So we can drop that to... Let me ask you this real quick, okay? Malcolm, what is your... what's your goal gaming-wise? Are you trying to play games that are like really cinematic with a lot of ray tracing, or are you looking at maximum FPS for your dollar? What are you thinking? Because I could throw a 7700 XT in here, and it's suddenly... Oh, not that. There we go. 7700 XT. AMD Radeon RX 7700 XT. And with my discount, it will come under budget. And that's going to definitely be a really solid combo. The thing is, you probably don't need a 7800X 3D. We could probably drop it down to a Ryzen 5 7600, and that takes off an additional $152. It's just that the 7800X 3D is the top of the line gaming CPU, but you don't really need that unless you're going to be doing like, you know, competitive pro gaming esports stuff, which you didn't select that as one of your options. Wow, faith over fear. I need the Best PC built for trading, buying Bitcoin, and F ASAP. Why are you yelling at me? Okay, well, I'm currently in the middle of helping somebody who saw the link in the description and filled out the form and submitted all their information here. That's the process. So if you'd be willing to do the same thing, I should be able to take care of you in this stream, because we're going to be skipping over these two for now until the new stuff comes out on Friday, Thursday of next week. So let me go ahead and... by the way, for both Fun Bobby and Wolf Cross, you guys stay on the list. You don't have to resubmit later on. All you got to do is come back after that launch. And depending on who submitted their forms first, they're going to be getting help. I'm probably going to do some longer streams after that launch, because there's a lot of people who are waiting. But I mean, you should be able to get help then, and you don't have to resubmit your form. Currently have Asus Nitro 5. I have no idea what that is. But that's one of Asus's OEM systems, I believe. But yeah, I would say again, please fill out the form that's linked in the description there, and just provide information instead of just saying that you want the best without giving me a budget or any other information. Just saying that you want the best. For what? You tell me what it's for. That's great. But I guess we'll go with what, an $8,000 PC, $9,000. What are we thinking? Custom liquid cooled, go 11 grand. What are we talking about for your budget? No budget, right? Fill out the form. It'll lay everything out for you, okay? And don't rush through it. We're not going anywhere. If you rush through it, you're gonna miss some critical info or something, and it's been happening. So, but it's not that long. It doesn't take long to fill out. You just click some options, and then you're good to go. All right, back to this. Mostly just CRPGs and strategy, and good graphics without burning out my laptop. Currently have... okay. Budget gaming laptop. I mixed up you. I thought it was Faith, or if you're saying that for some reason. I just didn't see that was you saying that. I don't. Yeah, but I didn't know what that was offhand. Thanks for letting me know. So... I guess we could go with a 9600X, but like seriously, and that's only a $20, just about a $24 difference, or $25 difference, I should say, 26 bucks between that and the 7600X. It's just, I don't see a reason to put you on the latest and greatest stuff if you don't want to deal with any potential issues it might have. And that's something that's been reported, some potential issues. But what's going to be the better one for gaming is the 7800X 3D. Well, so we'll circle back to that. This is, you've already got good memory. You got a Ryzen, a Radeon RX 7700 XT, which to be clear, for some reason, Zach's Tech Turf, the build help website, was down earlier, so I'm just coming directly to the source here. Okay, so GPU generational performance book. All lined up here for us. Thank you, Tom's Hardware, for that pop-up. So the 7700 XT is among the top end of wow, this is not high resolution. Top end of GPUs here. Okay, they're all kind of in 1080p. They all kind of group together because that's when it becomes more CPU bound. So all you need to do is put in a great CPU, and you're getting similar performance to a 3090 or the previous gen 6900 XT or a 4070. There you go. Let's see the price difference between that and a 4070 real quick. 4070, $210 more. And the 4070 Super, a little bit more than that, about 250. No. That's 4070. Where's the 4070 Super? $205 more. Similar performance for $200 less, because it's currently $75 off. I think that's pretty nice. Short Game, you seem to have missed it. They said they needed ASAP. That means like now. That means stop helping whoever you're helping and help me. No. That's generally not how that works, but I still don't see a form submitted. So you're going to want to do that, buddy. Okay, now let's look at the other stuff, because it's not just CPU and GPU, right? There's other parts in this. Oh, are you able to get this? Yeah, you get a free game bundle. There you go. Why not? Oh, we're not going with the B650M. That's not cool. Might not really have a choice. And it is a strictly gaming PC. I don't like that. I don't like the thought of that. Unless there's an M-ATX case. Although there is this guy. That's $80 more. Funny, I just ended up... This is the one I actually ended up recommending for Nate. Visual Nate. $99 for this one. That is a really good motherboard, but way more than you need. I'd say the Prime XX70-P Wi-Fi is probably the one that's going to be the best bet. Although the Pro B650-P is good as well for what you're doing. Let's click that. We'll circle back, and we'll probably change the CPU to something a little less overboard there, but we'll see. What power supply have we got? 750 watts. That'll do the trick. Don't worry. There is a 5% discount waiting for you at the end of this, okay? That'll get it closer to budget or under budget for sure, okay? We'll just massage this a bit until it gets to where it needs to be. Free 1 terabyte Western Digital Blue. That's going to take $48 off. Bam. Done. Look at that. The SN580 right there. And no additional storage. What cooler are we looking at here? It's okay. It's the AW4. That should work just fine. So with a 7800 X3D and a Ryzen and a Radeon 7700 XT, this thing is going to be doing 1080p like nobody's business. Is 7700 XT good value now? It depends on the use case. Since we're talking about 1080p, yeah, it sits up here. Like it's going to be the cheapest option amongst the newest cards here, while still hanging out in the same range of FPS because it becomes CPU bound. And we're putting a rad CPU in here, aren't we? So yeah, it is $200 less than this card. See right here? This card right here? We're talking about a $200 difference between there and there. Yeah, it's a good value. The other thing is, I'm not sure if you, I don't know if you like the case or not that we're on, but I think that this is what's on the, it's on the Landcool 216. That's a good one. But I would say we should move it over to this guy for 17 bucks off. I think it's a good case too. This is actually the one I'm using for pre-built rebuilt. Let me show you what it looks like. It looks like that, and it looks pretty sick. Yeah. And it saves some money right there. And if you ever want to figure out how to upgrade your system, you can check out Pre-Built Rebuilt, which should be launching on September 1st, unless anything happens, unless unforeseen circumstances come up. September 1st, that should be launching. And I'll be showing you how to make upgrades to your system. And I'll be using a system in this case as a baseline. So you'll be seeing throughout the whole series, I'm going to be working on this thing. What does the E stand for on the motherboard? If you're talking about X670E, that's extreme, thankfully. Love that. Isn't that great? Is that Asharo X? Am I saying that right? Is on the list, apparently. And you certainly are. You just got on there. And it's just a gaming PC. Good. There you go. So that's good for a current recommendation. Nice. Still waiting on Faith Over Fear to submit your form. Now someone's gotten ahead of you. I'm not saying to rush through it, but they were probably filling that out while I was trying to respond to you. Just making sure. Are you even still? Did you leave? You might have left. I don't know. Let me see. No, you're still here. Okay. Probably filling out the form. That's great. Okay. So looking for an answer here from Malcolm. Case looks aren't a priority. We'll have to live under the desk. Yo, Kevin H81, thank you for the Prime sub, my friend. Welcome to the Swarm. Appreciate that very much. Enjoy those emotes, because that's part of what you get there. Thank you. Okay, Malcolm, you're not talking about putting it on the floor, are you? You wouldn't put it on the floor. No, who would do that, right? But okay, living under the desk, sure. In that case, we'll pick a case that costs you less money. There you go. Neat. I think we've got everything pretty much settled here. And I know it's showing 1537. Just trust me here, okay? It might tell us here in a second that you're... And guys, before anyone comes in and says, hey, this thing's not balanced very well, 7900X 3D with a 7700 XT. No, this is 1080p high-end gaming right here. It is CPU bound a fair bit at this point. So yeah, that's the goal. Get yourself a really high refresh rate 1080p monitor. You're going to be flying. You're going to love it. Although this is capable of 1440p, make no mistake. And to show you that, check this out. 1440p Ultra averages out anywhere between 90 and 100 FPS. That's an average taken from many different games. So yes, fully capable of 1440p. You see, though, when you go to 1440p, how things will extend. It's now GPU bound rather than CPU bound. But this is still hanging in there, and it's still going to be a good option. So if we add this to cart, we're going to see. Now they're going to tell you right here, hey, you're going to have the GPU shipped in its own box, and then you need to install it yourself. It's very easy to do. There's a video I released in December that is how to set up your new gaming PC, and it shows you how to install your GPU. So that's there for you to use. Segri 6. Okay. I don't know what you want me to do with that information. But hi, greetings. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, they also provide you with instructions on how to do it, but I have a video that shows you as well. But if you go to the cart here, all you got to do is this. Put in my code Braethorn6. It's like this name right here with a 6 at the end. And this just took off $76.85. It scales with the price of the system, okay? That means the system is $40 under budget, plus you get free shipping. All you got to worry about is taxes. Very nice. Let me get you your build here. Wait, did we switch the motherboard on this? Or did I leave it with the MATX? No, I did change it. Good. Yeah, I don't know. I guess you weren't being oh, I got to 1 second. Sorry, 1 second. Segri6, right before you posted that, Stream Elements posted something that everyone else pretty much follows there, which is filling out the form to get some help. Please do so yourself, because you can tell me all the specs of the PC you want, but unless you tell me stuff about yourself and what your expectations are, what you're going to use it for, I can't really help you. It could be a great PC, but the wrong PC for you. No idea. AB2, how are things? Things are good. All right. Malcolm, there's your link right there. There's your system. Plus, you need this code Braythorn6. That takes off about $75 off your PC. That's pretty nice. Not going to lie. Pretty good. That free M.2 drive is basically what helped us to get it under budget. Otherwise, it would have been about $25 over budget. No. It would have been, yeah. It would have been right at the budget, actually, because it was about a $44 discount. So, yeah, there you go. Now, you are getting it with just 1 terabyte of storage, which my rule of thumb is like, if it's a system that's $2,000 or more, it should come with 2 terabytes of storage. That's kind of my bar that I set. It's okay if that doesn't match what you're looking for, but storage is also one of the easiest things to add to your system. So, but that's going to be it for yours. Hope that helped. It is now time for the short game. So, here's the thing. We can totally go with your suggestions here to go with either Alexander PCs or iBuyPower. I'm totally down for either one of those, especially a gaming-only PC at $3,000 where you're expecting 1440p performance. That's boutique level right there. And yeah, Alexander PCs would knock that out of the park. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty. The other option is that you, and this is just something that I will automatically tell you, this is part of what I do, that if you decide instead you want to go with Micro Center, we can have them build a PC for you, and then you just pick it up from them. But you're not going to get, as a matter of fact, you're not going to really get much of a warranty from them at all, unless you spend extra money. Like I'm talking about like an extra $250 for a 2-year warranty, and usually like $275 for 3 years. It scales with the system, so it's hard to say. Whereas with Alexander PCs, that's already part of the price. You get a lifetime parts and labor warranty out of it. So, up to you. Isn't there a Micro Center there? Yeah. That's what this is. This question is, do you live near a Micro Center location? And this is part of the drop-down list where you can pick your Micro Center location. So, yes. That's what I'm talking about right now, actually. Crash is not my say, but I would go with Alexander PCs. Not gonna lie, if you're looking at, okay, what is your actual maximum budget, whatever that may be? Again, you're coming in with a pretty high budget, and you're looking for what I think is the sweet spot for gaming, a 1440p. That, like I said, is great for a boutique build, where by default you're going to spend a little bit more, but there's going to be more attention to detail. There's going to be things like they're going to use cable extensions in the color of your choice from their catalog. There's going to be that lifetime warranty, and you can even request that they build it on stream so you can be there while they build it and watch. It's pretty sick. Micro Center doesn't do that. They'll throw it together for you, but then again, on the other hand, they do it like very quickly. They'll do it the same day, and that might be really appealing. But honestly, the boutique experience is not quite what you get at Micro Center. You get kind of the feed in money and your part list, and they pop out a PC for you. Hayden, it is Braythorn6, as I was saying, and also as is listed in the coupon codes channel on the Discord. It's Braythorn6, the number 6. It doesn't have to be all caps. It doesn't have to be. It's either all caps or lowercase or whatever you want. It should still work. 3,000 exactly, no problem. I gotta undo my belt. We had homemade Salisbury steak tonight, and it was delicious, but I ate a lot. So, excuse me, just undoing my belt so I can sit cozy, because otherwise it's kind of digging in a little bit, and I'm like, my belly. No, a lot of food in there. Okay. All right, now that TMI moment is done, let's go take a look at Alexander PCs and perhaps build you a custom system from them. I think that'd be awesome. Here's the thing. If you go to the Discord and check out the SI Testimonials group of channels and you click on Alexander PCs, you will see, not only will you see the most responses there, the most testimonials, but they're all positive. It's bonkers. Now, you did list here that you're interested in getting in upgrading your CPU down the line. So yes, that means AMD. So we go here and we pick the AMD custom builder. Okay, Jose, I don't know what that is for, like what you're using your PC for. So I couldn't tell you whether that's a good choice or not. Did you fill out a form? You need to fill out a form. Sagri6, I know that you are here, so I'm going to go ahead and mark you down as being the next person. Okay. After Asharo X. So, person after the next one. There we go. I should have said it that way. Okay. So I'm going to default right. Well, I mean, I guess we could go with like, what kind of case design do you like? I mean, are you looking for something like this with all the glass and stuff? Or are you looking for something that's pure, straight up front intake, top exhaust, rear exhaust, that kind of thing? What are you thinking when it comes to the look of your PC? Please let me know. We'll come back to that. 7800X3D would be the chip of choice. Even with the new ones launching, 7800X3D is going to be the tops. The best option, pretty much. For $12 less, not $1,200, $12 less, and it's X670E. Yeah, that's a good choice. 32 gigs DDR5, Kingston Fury Beast in white. Very nice. AMD all day. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm probably going to go with an AMD GPU as well. 2 terabyte Kingston Fury Renegade for your drive. Right now it's on a 4070, but I would say a 7900 XTX. So yeah, you were saying 1440p. This is completely 4K capable right here, to be clear. 1000 watt power supply should do the trick. We got to change a cooler though. Fractal or height Y60? Okay, you got to be more specific. We were very specific with the height Y60, but they don't have that. Oh, they do have it in white. They do. They have the Y60 here in white. So it's, yeah. So they do have it. You got it. There you go. What was I even talking about? So let's get you a 360 millimeter AIO. Oh, that brought the budget over. So what happened? It's because of the additional fans that you need to get. So when I chose a Lancool 216 rather, that brings the price down because it comes with fans already. The Y60 comes with a couple of fans, but for your RGB build, they don't really work for it. So we might need to bring you down to a 7900 XT, which is still going to be awesome and can still do 4K if you want. And it's a $242 difference, bringing us back under budget. And then we can get matching fans to match, matching cooler, matching fans, all that stuff. So Trinity SL Infinity on the cooler. And let's see if we can bump these up. That's 130. Guess what? We're going to be just $2 over budget with my discount code. It'll do. So with my coupon code Thorn, it takes $50 off. This system is now going to be $3,002. That's amazing. Did this change anything here? What happened to our pictures of stuff here? Okay, there we go. Yeah, and we have now all matching fans. 1,000 watt power supply, 2 terabyte Kingston Fury Renegade, plus Kingston Fury Beast, white RAM with RGB. The top dog gaming CPU, the 7800X3D, and I'm thinking until AMD comes out with the 9800X3D, this is still going to be the champ when it comes to gaming, bar none, especially for the price. And we have matching SL Infinity fans to match the Lian Li Galahad 2 Trinity SL Infinity, all in one liquid cooler. All your fans are going to match. It's going to be great. Plus, yeah. Okay. There you go. $2 above budget. How's that sound? And yes, I did move it down from the 7900 XTX. That made a difference of $242. So, but that, you said 1440p. This thing is a monster at 1440p. So let's look at that. Averaged out here. I mean, look at this. Let me see, just real quick. Looking at the 4070 Ti Super is $102 more than the 7900 XTX. And yet looking here, there's a 7900 XT. I said XTX. 700 XT is what I meant. 700 XT in pure rasterized performance averages out higher frame rates than the 4070 Ti Super for over $100 less. So if you're looking for just max performance you can get for the money at 1440p, this is going to be rocking on average around 130 FPS. That's awesome at 1440p. That averaged out a lot of different kinds of games, and this is on ultra settings. So if you go in, massage the settings a little bit, you're going to be maxing out a 1440p 144 hertz monitor. There you go. And because this is Alexander PCs, could you get this cheaper somewhere else? Yeah, a little bit cheaper. Yeah. However, you're not going to get a limited. I'm sorry. You're not going to get a lifetime. You're going to get a limited warranty with another company. Here, you're going to get a lifetime parts and labor warranty. You also get to choose any. You get to choose cable extensions in the color of your choice from their catalog of colors. Might I suggest a nice purple, and it's going to look sick, and their build quality is excellent. We just have no negative feedback in the Discord about them out of hundreds of customers, hundreds of people in the community who have bought from them. It is bananas. Now, there aren't hundreds of reports in there, but if someone has a negative experience, especially if it's with Alexander PCs, who has a really good reputation, they're going to talk about it. And it's just not there. Even when there is an issue, they fix it. I cannot go lower than 1,000 watt PSU here. And it's sensible because, believe it or not, Radeon 7000 series GPUs can be pretty power hungry. No, they don't let you make decisions like that because they don't want to go do the bare minimum or even close to the bare minimum. This thing is a boutique build. It is going to be a little bit over the top from every angle. Yeah, we got to do Swarmian. Welcome to the Swarm, my friend. Thank you. Angry Beaver says, my Alexander PC is 3 years old and still being awesome. Those guys did amazing. There you go. Kevin H81, I'm sorry. I need to turn off that point reward thing. I don't have the Jane hat handy. It is, when I was cleaning up in here, I packed it up. I need to find what box it's in, basically. I think you mentioned that you removed that anti-glare film on your QD OLED. Yeah, I think you mentioned that before. That's going to be too far above budget. AB2. That's why I brought it down, because it's a $242 difference there, and that would make it, instead of $2 above budget, about $250 above budget. And no, they're looking for 1440p. They don't need a 7900 XTX. All that's going to do is require more power, put out more heat, and they don't need that to run 1440p. These are both 4K cards, 4K capable. So yeah. Jackie Vapors, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome to the stream. How's it going, buddy? There you go. There's build. Good to go. You even have a nice silver matching motherboard there with lots of I/O, just in case you need it. And here is your link. And there's the code to get that $50 off, to get it to where it's just $2 above budget. Shipping is included, by the way, and so are those cable extensions. Choose your color and all that while you're checking out. And yeah, you are getting this with 2 terabytes of very fast, very reliable storage here. If you wanted to add any, you can do so in the build here, or when you're checking out, you can even add more storage. That's up to you. But this is going to be ready to go out of the box. They're going to have all the BIOS up to date. They're going to have all of your OS up to date, all updates done, security updates, everything like that. GPU drivers will be up to date. You're ready to load your games and get to business. And by business, I mean leisure. But yeah. Going all in on aesthetic. Love it. Oh, yeah. And this is a great looking card, too. Man. Great choice for a white build, for sure. But there you go. And that's where you're going to end up, basically, if you have a higher budget than necessary for the resolution and goals that you're trying to achieve. Basically, that puts you, right on target for a boutique build. Understand that, yeah, you could spend a bit less, but you're going to get a different experience. When you're checking out with this thing, or after you get your purchase confirmation email, you can reply to that email and say, hey, can this be built on stream so I can hang out and watch it being built? Yeah, they'll do that for you. All right, Asharo X, I hope I'm saying that name correctly. If I'm not, please correct me. Is looking for a Skytech PC, budget of around $2,000 for gaming only at 1440p, and looking for it pre-built. Looking to receive it within 1 week. Oh, that's going to be a little rough. It might be a little longer than that if you want Skytech specifically, but only by a few days. So just need you to verify that you're here and that I'm saying your name correctly, please. Asharo X. Guess we can come out to full face cam here. Hi, how's it going? Maybe get a little bit up close and personal. Hello. I hope you're watching on a very big TV. I don't know. Maybe you are. Maybe you're not. Hi, Deathly Nightshade. Good evening, Cherokee Vapors. What is that? Wee woo. Yes, very close up. Any fans of Wayne's World here? Whoa! Extreme close up? Yeah. Yeah, I get to do that, Hayden. I get to be silly if I want to. It's my show. Watching on a cell phone. Okay. My iPad, it's a bigger TV than my iPhone. That's true. You're kind of in a gray zone there, in the gray area of betweenness. Is the 4070 still a great buy? Moon God, I would probably, I don't know what budget you're talking about here. If you're finding a good deal on it, sure, probably. But the 4070 Super is a really big jump in performance between the two. Look at it at 1440p Ultra. There's a 4070. There's a 4070 Super. I'm going to show you right now. Check it out. 4070 Super. It's a really big jump in performance. So if you can get the Super, I would get that between these two. Like, look at the difference between the 4070 Ti and the 4070 Ti Super. Not much. The difference between the 4080 and 4080 Super, pretty much nothing. But between the 4070 and 4070S, yeah, that's a very big difference. But it's still a great card regardless. As was said here by AB2, it's still a great card. So if you get a great deal, that's great. Go for that. Because when it comes down to it, let's look at the numbers here. There's a difference between 100 frames per second on average and 110 frames per second on average. That's not game changing. Well, I mean, I guess it kind of literally is, but it's not the end of the world if you don't get that extra 10 frames per second. And if you're getting a great deal on it, and you're talking about the difference between what? $600 versus whatever the price of the 4070 is. If that's what you're going for, then go for it. JG says, hi, I'm new here. Can we just ask general PC building questions? You can if you want to. If it's something where it's like, okay, I need more information about you to make a recommendation, I'll probably have you fill out a form. But like, if it's just general building questions, sure. We've also got a Discord that has a tech questions forum where you can ask, get help from one of our vetted volunteer techies to help you out as well if it's not time sensitive. And we also just have a tech discussion channel if you just want to chat about stuff like that. But yeah, we got a lot of resources for you there. Okay, thank you. I was mainly looking to play in 1440p anyway. Okay. I would say also keep your mind open to the 7800 XT if you don't care much about ray tracing. That's right here. Kind of between the two, but closer to the 4070 Super. if you see that. So, and that thing, the 7800 XT beats out the previous gen RTX 3090 in pure rasterized performance. Once you throw ray tracing in there, then yeah, you're going to want probably an NVIDIA card if you play a lot of games with ray tracing, things like that. That's not up to me. I don't know. Just something you might want to keep as an option. Or 7900 GRE, if the price is right. I was thinking about what price they might be getting for a 4070 Deathly Nightshade. So, yeah, because it's the same MSRP as a 4070 non-super. Right, but they might be getting a non-MSRP. They might be getting a card at a discount. So I'm thinking about maybe they're getting a special price on that. And that might be closer to a 7800 XT. Most 4070s aren't going to be sitting at MSRP these days, with the 4070 Super having been launched months ago. Okay, still waiting. Still waiting on Asharo X. Asharo X, are you here? All right, I'm going to go ahead and... Yeah, it shows you're still in chat. Please do respond at your turn. We're going to go ahead and skip you here in just a minute. All right? No, might be a little late to ask, but how your Threadripper working for you? Still getting a post error. I haven't been able to sit down and fix it. I've been trying to put out fires and, you know, get other stuff going. Who's talking about going Intel? JG. Don't go with 13th or 14th gen i7s or i9s right now. If you're really dedicated to that, sure, but they're going to be discontinuing that socket here in a couple months, and there's not going to be anything good coming out for that socket in the future for upgrades and stuff. If you go with AMD Ryzen right now with socket AM5, you're going to have upgrades for a few years available to you. So that's what I would go with instead. Plus, they just released the microcode update for the microcode fix for their high-end CPUs, for all their CPUs, I guess. And we need to see what's going to happen with, you know, Gamers Nexus, Hardware Unboxed, and Jay and all them validating it. They need to validate this and see if it actually fixes anything. That's going to probably take a couple of weeks. Although they might, knowing that that's out, I could imagine Steve and the team being there overnight for a few nights trying to get it tested. It is a bummer. That's how it goes. It's pretty old tech. Cherokee Vapors, I just answered that. I fixed my 7950X post issue on restart only. It was strange. On restart only, it was strange. Oh, okay. Glad you fixed that. I remember you mentioning it. Jay said it's a long-term thing. It is. That's why it's like, okay, if you already bought it, you get the update, but maybe we just need to say that 13th and 14th gen are a wash for now. And if it's found that, yeah, it fixed all the issues, there's going to be some good deals to be had for kind of budget mid to high-end builds. I know I just basically said the whole range of builds. But no, if you're like trying to get something high-end, because like 14900K is supposed to be great for video editing because 24 cores plus having quick sync and all that, it was supposed to, that's why my main editing system is a 14900K, but problems. 14700K is really close though, with only 4 fewer efficiency cores, but whatever. We're basically just looking to the next ones that are going to be coming out and saying, okay, that's probably going to be the thing. Leet 304 says, just finished my last summer class, so happy to see you're streaming. Well, that's a good first time chat if I ever saw one. Welcome. Happy to see that you're watching the stream. Warrior Sailor, gotta run, have a great night. You too. Also, what's up, Gamer Kid? How's it going? I read your thing, but I didn't say hi to you. Hi. Okay, name is good. Awesome. Cool. Okay, so you're here. Okay, Asharo X. We're going to get started with that. Also, JG, that's one of those questions where you're saying, you're asking a question about whether a combo is good, but you need to let us know what you're using your system for. If it's just gaming, 7800X3D. Just get that. Oh, I missed this earlier. Favorite hustler. Do you think the E5 2666 V3 is still good for what they are? What purpose are you using this for? Like, still good in what context? Lead 304, thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. Just checking when the launch date was here. Yeah, I mean, here I can't really say much because I just built a system with a 2000 series Ryzen Threadripper. But even that is like 4 years newer than the 2620. There's going to be better stuff. I mean, when you're going Xeon, you have to, I mean, it's involved, you know? You're going to have some, I mean, I'm not just talking about, you know, number of core, that's what, 6 cores? No, yeah. I mean, are you doing home lab? Like, I have no idea what the use case is, so I couldn't tell you, but yeah. JG, again, you have to tell us what you're doing with it. Are you just gaming? Are you editing videos? Are you compiling code? Are you doing 3D design, Blender, game design? What's going on? Ready to buy it within a week. I know shipping and delivery time can be longer. Okay, we'll get started with this. Yeah, JG, if you don't provide information, I can't provide you with answers. I already mentioned that. Okay, so you said you're looking for it to get it within 1 week, but also you're looking to buy it within 1 week. But you said you understand it might take a little longer. Okay. And you want to go with SkyTech? All right, $2,000, 1440p, easy peasy. Let's go. And you want it in black. You said you don't care about getting about upgrading your CPU over time. I'm still probably going to go AMD just because of the current Intel issues, and we have not validated the new microcode yet, so. Gaming, streaming, and editing. JG, I would wait for the 9950X then. If I'm to be quite honest, that's what I'd wait on. Okay, sort by price, low to high. You have to do this first. And I have to drink some water. Doing good, man. Got the 7950X 3D a while back. Glad I didn't choose Intel, as it's my normal pick to go to. Yeah, you gotta, like, at some point, old habits die hard, I know, but Intel, man, they fell off, dude, and I'm pretty upset about it. They're finally doing the right thing, right? Releasing the microcode and all that, and they're starting to do RMAs and things like that, from what I understand. Even though they said they're not going to do a recall, they want you to RMA it if it's having issues. Okay. A recall would be, hey, if you have this, send it back. I get how, because it was only percentage of CPUs that had issues with oxidization, and it was only in 13th gen. I get that maybe they don't want to do a recall of the entire line of CPUs, of high-end CPUs. I get that. But there's a lot of people who had issues with freezing and crashing games and video editing and all those things. So, yeah, recalls might have been a bit too much, but at least, as long as they're not going to be refusing RMAs anymore. 2,000 was the budget. If I may ask, what is the actual maximum budget? The reason I ask that, for those of you who are pretty new here, is this. If you go to fill out the form, you'll notice that when you go to put your budget, it's in these increments of $500, $1,500, $2,000, $2,500. And there is, you know, space in between there. You might be at $2,250 for your budget. I don't know. And that can make a difference in your build. So please let me know. What's up, Brent Brown? How's it going? Just joining. Welcome in. Michelle Melton, how are you? Has AMD upgraded their Threadripper line lately? I feel like I've been out of the loop with that product line. Yeah, they got 7000 series Threadripper. It's good. It's niche, but it's good. I mean, it's going to be prosumer stuff mostly. Anyone looking to get a PC where they're doing all that stuff but also gaming, you don't want to go Threadripper. It's not meant for that. Wait for the 9950X and you're going to be happy with it. Oh, that'd be cool. Would you do a home lab build? And what params would you need? I mean, they're already fired so many people from their staff. They might have well done a recall, but I guess they're waiting for the lawsuits. Yeah, they're probably going to be looking at class action stuff. Use of the PC would be for gaming. Okay, already covered that. Yeah. But yeah, Michelle, if you were talking about the 2000 series Ryzen 2000 series Threadripper, that was supposed to be a streaming build because it was only the 12 core 2920X. But 12 cores is more than enough for streaming, and it came with 64 lanes of PCIe Gen 3. So all of the capture cards, all of the storage, all of those things. So it would be a local, a network storage and streaming system, capture system, all that. And I built that on stream, but it's now having post errors. I actually had different error codes come up, and I fixed one thing after another, after another, after another. And then finally it just says post error. And I'm like, no, really? I know. Could you be more specific? BIOS update, clearing CMOS, then doing BIOS update, and doing all these different things, changing out the RAM. None of it really helped. Like the new emote. That one's been around for a while, actually. It's one of the first ones I ever came out with. They said, keep sending it if RMA is declined. How ridiculous is that? Just educate your RMA agents. Like, get them up to speed. Lead 304. I've had a lot of customers coming in and saying they wanted to build a PC, and I've had to explain to them all the issues with the Intel chips. Crazy, but I hope the customers involved get the help they deserve. Leet, are you running a PC shop over there? What's going on? Please let me know. ¿No hablas español? Más o menos. Pero necesito hablar inglés para chat y todo. So, sorry. Pero sí, hablas un poquito de español porque yo soy de El Valle, de Texas, Río Grande del Valle, y ahí toda la gente habla español. So even though I'm a full-on güero, I picked up a lot of Spanish there, and sometimes I got it, sometimes I don't. It has to work in my head. I have to be thinking in Spanish in order to speak that, and I haven't had to for a long time. So, you know, sorry about that. Medic, I'm afraid I don't have that. But yeah. Solo respond yes or not. Yes, but no. Oh, okay, all right. Electronics repair and games. We don't do PC builds, but a lot of customers come in and ask about PC stuff. Being a computer science major, I love talking to them about PCs. That's awesome. Yeah. Okay. So that's pretty cool. Would you? I have to wonder though. Would you do like if someone wanted to sell PCs there? Would you do like consignment or something? That'd be kind of cool. But then I guess you're probably going to end up having to answer a bunch of questions about it. I don't know. Definitely am an AMD guy. Awesome. Okay, so we're looking at AMD right now. All right. Tengo una pregunta, no sé preguntar en inglés. Google, translate. Let me see. Can't remember the last time I bought an Intel CPU. Well, I mean, Intel has its ups and downs, and it was the same thing with Ryzen. Although Ryzen has been steadily getting better and better. Right now, the 7800X3D is kind of insurmountable for other CPUs. Even AMD is having trouble doing better with their 9000 series, but that's why they're developing the new lineup of X3D chips. And that should be probably Q4 of 2024 or Q1 of 2025. That's probably what we're looking at there. It could even be just a couple months from now, which I guess is Q4. Whatever. So we're looking at a, what did you say? Did you respond on the budget thing? The question was, because you listed 2,000 as your budget, but I know it's in increments of $500. So what is the actual maximum budget for the PC? Is it over 2,000, like by 150 or 250 or anything? What is the actual max budget for the system? We already have a ton of great options here. So no stress if it's not more than that. And you wanted it in white, and there's a lot of white options here, really gorgeous ones too. So like you're set. Oh, you want it in black. It was the short game that wanted it in white. You want yours in black. Okay. There are some black systems here. So there's this one here, 7800 X3D and 7800 XT. That is low-key an amazing GPU, but we can do a little better, probably. 4070 Super here, but that's a 9700X. That's not going to be as good for straight-up gaming. Yeah. Cool that they've got it, though. And this is pre-order as well. It's all right. Bought a 13700K 1.5 years ago. AJCP. Yeah. I mean, I was rocking a 13900KS for a while. And, but that was a little later in it. But yeah, it's... how has that been running for you? Any kinds of freezing or game crashing issues for you, or is it running well? Because it wasn't the majority of 13th gen that had oxidation issues. It was a percentage, but not the majority. Okay, good. Looks like you got a good sample then. So I'm thinking here, just waiting on that answer from Asharo X, what the actual maximum budget for your system is. Because this one here, if you like the look of this, the O11 Vision here, 7800 X3D and 7900 XT, I actually unboxed and tested this one, and it tests really well. There's also the O11 Dynamic system here. That is a 7800 X3D and 4070 Ti Super. Now, between these two, the 7900 XT actually will get slightly better rasterized performance than this 4070 Ti Super. That's 1440p Ultra right here. 4070 Ti Super, and there's the 7900 XT just above it. But once you turn on ray tracing in any meaningful way, the 4070 Ti Super should overtake it. How many people we got watching right now? 23 people over on Twitch and 44 people on YouTube. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. I'm just talking about computers. Isn't that great? It's a beautiful thing. Lead 304, why don't you tell me about what you guys do over there at Tronics Repair and Games? So you're a computer science major. Sick. That's cool. And having to explain the Intel thing must be rough. Okay, if we have these measurements, 4.96 inches in length and 4.09 inches in width, and I don't want the heatsink to collide with the RAM. This is a number that I have to take into account. It is 1 and is 2. See, that's a problem with speaking conversationally in any language. Once you get to technical terms, it all falls apart. So I'm trying to think, how should I say CPU cooler in Spanish? So necesitas un enfriador para el CPU? I just looked up the word cooler in Spanish, and it's an enfriador, apparently. It did mess up a little bit at the end. Okay. They're usually measured in millimeters. Necesitas milímetros. Milímetros. So I can just check it. 4.96 inches. Is 125 millimeters. That's the length it can be. And then the width can be, well, less than that. About 100 millimeters. 4.09 is, yeah, 103 millimeters. Okay. Man. I was about to recommend Assassin for... I hope that all gets worked out. Asharo X, again, I'm still waiting on word for what the actual maximum budget is. If it's right at 2K, please let me know. Because then I need to look for a different option, because these are going to be above budget even after my discount code. And there are some good options here for that. .104 length with 126 in English. Okay. While I'm waiting for that, I'll just find a cooler real quick here. Should have the measurements here. No? That's the height. The height is 154 millimeters. Okay, so the length is Arctic Freezer 36 ARGB. Okay, get that one then. If that's going to be, I don't know what CPU. Yo no sé cuál CPU voy a usar. So, ¿puedo usar este? Sí. Arctic Freezer 36, 36. Sí. Okay. Ese es muy bien. So, okay. $200 over budget. Okay, perfect. We're already there then. It's going to come down between these two. I would probably say, just to cover all your bases, because it's just an $80 difference, go with the one with the 4070 Ti Super, especially if you like the O11 Dynamic. I like the O11 Vision a lot, but I don't really like these fans they put in the back and in the bottom. That's just a personal preference thing. If you like the Vision, you like all that glass, go for it. They even do push-pull on the fans, on the radiator, which is pretty sick. But... I mean, push-pull configuration for a radiator doesn't make a huge difference, to be clear, but it's pretty cool. They went the extra mile there. But looking at this is also a smaller case. O11 Dynamic looks huge in pictures. It's smaller than it seems. So if you're not looking for too huge of a case, it's bigger than some, but not as big as the O11 Vision, which is a pretty chunky case. This thing's going to come with a 1 terabyte NVMe Gen 4 M.2 drive. I feel like that's a little small. I think it should be 2 terabytes, and I believe this one comes with that. Let's double check. Does it? Did they do it right? Or are they going to make me upsetty spaghetti? 1 terabyte! Damn it! Come on, Skytech. Well, at least storage is one of the easiest things to add to your system. Plus, considering that the new series, Pre-Built Rebuilt, should be debuting on September 1st, and one of the first episodes later in that month is going to be how to add storage to your system. You should be totally fine with either one, whichever one you choose. But looking at this, let's see, 850 watt, 80 plus gold power supply, 850 watt, 80 plus gold power supply. You're just looking at the difference between getting the Radeon 7900 XT or the NVIDIA RTX 4070 Ti Super. This is going to be better across all types of gaming where even heavy ray tracing is used. So that's probably your better bet. They both have a 360 millimeter AIO. This uses a B650 motherboard, whereas this one uses an X670 motherboard. That would be important if you're doing more than just gaming. However, you are just gaming, so you're not going to really have to worry too much about having a lot of extra I/O at the back. Plus, this is not the final price. My discount code should get you a solid chunk off of this, and let's find out what that is. So we add this to cart, we will find out. Lead 304 says, we sell video games range from NES current gen on the game side. The repair center we focus on offering repairs on a wide range of consoles, phones, tablets, and do miscellaneous soldering work. I lead the repairs and breakthrough on new ways of diagnosing and repairing. Very cool. A lot of customers come in for PS5 and Xbox Series X HDMI ports. They break a lot, mainly from customers transporting them with HDMI cords still attached. Oh, no, God. How could you hurt me that way? No. Oh, our ultimate goal is to offer repairs on every system. I wonder if, because you see, I have a really nice camera that I can't use for streaming anymore because the HDMI port is busted. It's an FX30. And I've still been, I emailed Sony, or I called Sony probably 5 months ago. Still waiting on that shipping label to send it off to them, and they might charge me for it anyway. But that could be a new challenge for you guys. Anyway, speaking of which, SWARM is your promo code here. That should bring the price of the system down to, or it will bring it down to, $21.24. So you're saving $65.70 using my code. Plus you're supporting what I do, which is awesome. Thank you. And there you go. I think that's a great option for you. We certainly debated its pros and cons thoroughly, and I think that this is going to handle your 1440p goals very nicely. Yeah, you'll be able to basically play. Also, you're approaching, look, if we look at this guide here, and we move on up to 4K Ultra, 4070 Ti Super averages out near 80 FPS across a wide gamut of games. So this is not just a 1440p card, this is a 4K gaming card as well. Any card that can consistently get over 60 can be considered a 4K gaming card. This is getting near 80 on average. So yeah, I'd say that's pretty dang good if you ever want to upgrade to a 4K monitor. But in the meantime, I would say this is going to handle 1440. Anything you can throw at it, 1440p Ultra, no problem. Whatever, it's got you. Plus free shipping. And it ships in 1 to 3 business days and will take 1 to 6 days for UPS ground delivery. So very close. It could very well be within a week. So I'm going to get you a link to that. How about that? What's the metric measurement between the rear fan and the front ones called? That would be depth, probably. Probably, yeah. There we go. Let me see. Profundidad. Profundidad. There you go. That's it in Spanish. I don't care for ray tracing. Well, this thing is, okay. Well, you can get the other one, and then that would be, that would have the 7900 XTX, which gets a little bit higher frames per second in pure rasterized performance. So I'm going to give you both links, and you can choose the one you like. They're going to perform very similarly regardless, so go by aesthetics, if anything. They're priced similarly. They have the same CPU, same amount of RAM, same amount of storage, same power supply, just different cases. So you can go based off of that. There you go. And I'm going to give you the link for this one too. Sure. Let me copy this again and put this in here, because that's why I have, in cases like this where they're just really close, system recommendation and secondary system if applicable. So we'll do both. How's that sound? Here we go. And code is Swarm, SWARM. There you go. They're focusing on core specs rather than something you can more easily upgrade. Wait, Crash says, arguably Sky's biggest weakness is their storage. What I want to see Skytech do is at checkout, I want them to give you the option to add storage to any pre-configured system. That's what I want. That would fix pretty much any of those issues. Add another 2 terabyte M.2 drive. Cool. You're good to go. That'll take care of most people. Add another 1 terabyte. You're okay. You know, that'll do most of what you need. But that means that if this is pre-configured but not built yet, then they have the time to build it, throw that in there. It'll just be a side note on the work order. There you go. Okay. Yes. Claro. Sí. RAM. You don't want it to hit. I get that. Sí. Freezer 36 should be okay. Está bueno. Sí. No está muy grande. Okay. What is your favorite case? Is Lone Star Texan case for? I mean, probably the. I mean, for what you? I mean, is it something like a big system, a mid-tier, a mid-size, mid-tower? What are we talking about? I would say probably overall H6 Flow in terms of aesthetics and functionality, but also Y70 Touch, the newer one in purple. You're not going to beat that for me. It's purple when it comes to aesthetics. Crash, probably not. SpongeBob. I mean, SpongeBob was. I was already in the workforce when SpongeBob was really becoming popular, or I was like in my late teens and it wasn't really a thing for me, I guess. So, well, actually, when did SpongeBob? First episode aired in May 1st, 1999. I graduated 2000. It wasn't really my thing. So it's not a nostalgic thing for me, really. Okay, how do I word this? Ese enfriador no está muy grande. ¿Dónde están los fans? Está más arriba. So, con la RAM, puedo si tiene RAM que está más chico, puedo hacer eso. Okay. I'm saying that like there's get RAM that's not too tall, you know, low profile memory. Más chiquito in RAM. Y no necesita. Okay, I was 7 when Pong came around. Oh, there you go. Yeah, my first PC gaming experience was on a Tandy 1000 playing King's Quest and Space Quest and stuff like that. Gary, gonna call it? All right, appreciate it. Thanks for coming in. I'm not saying I appreciate you leaving. I appreciate you being here, is what I'm saying. Thanks for letting me know. But yeah, so you have two systems linked there. You have the code to get the discount, and it should take about $60 to $65 off of your system price. There you go. And we have both of them linked here. Nice. I get that. Man, my Spanish is so rough. It has been way too long since I've had the need to speak Spanish frequently. But, you know, what can I do? Okay, Segri 6. Your time has arrived. My dad was that cool guy in college that had Pong. Nice. Okay, so you're looking at one that is, even though you chose two things, gaming and racing sim / flight sim, that's technically still gaming right there. So now, are you saying that, well, let me see, did they open? Okay. So Segri 6, here's the thing. Your Micro Center location in Miami there is opening on August 23rd. That is about 2 weeks from now, 2 weeks in a day. So the question is, do you want to wait for that or no? $4 a.m. Jugger 77. Let's Go Nerds is my favorite intro song of all time. Intro song. Are you talking about from the videos? Like the song that I do there? Dirk the Daring. Wow, yeah. That's an old one. Hey, Jerry, thanks for coming in. Appreciate you hanging out, bud. I'm glad you like it. I worked so hard on that intro, and then like before I like at one point I had this guy's like a 3D animator guy. He did the 3D part of it for me, and before that it was all just done in Premiere. But now I have it in there, and it's just like it's a pretty solid opening. I like it a lot. Been using the same one for a long time. What's up, Alucard? How's it going? What did I miss? Oh boy, launch of Ryzen 5 and Ryzen 7 for 9000 series was yesterday, and everyone talks about the gaming performance, and I'm like, why care about that? There's a 7800X 3D for that. I told y'all 7800X 3D was still going to be the best. Why is everybody freaking out that it's not the best for gaming on the 9700X? Look at what it does in productivity stuff and other use cases. It's better. What are the benefits and drawbacks of Micro Center? I've never been to one. For benefits, it's right there. If you're in Miami, you would then be able to, I could put together a list of parts for you, and then you go there and they build it for you. As long as you make your purchase within 4 hours of closing, they build it same day. They're probably going to be pretty busy right off the bat. Aside from that, whenever you have problems with that system, if you get the warranty with it, which can be pretty pricey to be honest, but if you get the warranty, instead of having to ship your system back to whatever system integrator you bought it from, and then you have to entrust your investment to the shipping industry at large, both back to the SI and then from the SI back to you. Instead, you just put it into your car, buckle it up, and drive it over to Micro Center and give it to them and say, hey, no worky, please make it work. Okay, those are the benefits. The drawbacks are the fact that they don't give you any good warranty right off the bat. It's like 30 days, I think, unless they change that. And if you want to get any extra warranty, it's going to start probably at about $200 to $250 for 2 years. And then the 3 years is usually like $20-30 more than that. So you usually just want to get the 3 year. That's on top of the build fee of $150 if you build with an air cooler, if you choose an air cooler, and if you choose a liquid cooler, an AIO, it's another extra $100. So $250 build fee is pretty dang steep, but that's for a same day build. So it kind of makes sense. They don't have any other option though. They don't have an option to say, make it a 1 week build and then you pay $75 to get for your build fee. Not everybody's in a huge rush to get their stuff, but you know, whatever. So the drawback is the build fee and the fact that you don't really get any warranty unless you buy extra warranty. Most SIs by default will give you at least like 1 year parts, 3 years labor warranty, or some variant of that. Like Skytech gives you 1 year parts and labor, but they also give you 1 year of shipping warranty. Meaning, like, if I'm to understand it correctly, that they pay for shipping if it needs to be R-made within the first year, which is, if it's within the first year, it could be something with the build or something like that happened that they'll take, care of that. But with Skytech, you can at least extend that warranty, and it costs about as much as getting the 2 or 3 year from, but you get more off the bat. Alexander PCs and Viral Tech and a few companies will have a lifetime parts and labor warranty. Now, every warranty is limited and every warranty has fine print. They have theirs as well, but I haven't really had anybody coming in saying I got screwed over with my lifetime warranty because I had my drink on top of my PC and my cat knocked it over. Oops. No, that obviously is going to mess that up. You often find really good bundles and deals on parts and components for yeah, that's true. Their bundle deals are really insane. And it kind of makes up for the fact that you have to spend extra for the warranty or that the build fee is a little high. But if you're banking on saving with a bundle, but then you want them to build it for you, you're not going to do like a DIY thing and get your parts there, then you're going to lose basically most of that benefit, because the build fees are, especially with an AIO, I don't really know of any standard SI that charges $250 to build a PC. They'll have their fees here and there. Some parts are marked up, things like that. They make their money, but I've never seen a listed build fee over like $100 or $150 even, you know? Alex117 says, finally, Micro Center in Florida. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be awesome. And I wonder if, I think Greg Salazar is in the Orlando area. I wonder if he's salty about the fact that it's not going to be in Orlando. Miami is a bit away from Orlando. Not gonna lie, 9600X, 9700X aren't deserving of an X. Take that from them, and I bet half the issues people have with them will disappear. Well, yeah, AJ, actually, here's the thing. Because it has the X, people are comparing it to the 9700X to the 7700X, and it's looking favorable in efficiency. That actually isn't as favorable when you look at the 7700 non-X, because then the efficiency is the same and the performance is not that different. Where I'm seeing the benefits is in non-gaming stuff, but that's all people look at is gaming. Like most of testing being done is in gaming. What about run Puget Bench and come talk to me? Besides, those chips aren't exciting to me that much. 9700X, sure, as kind of a, if you're trying to do something like, I want a PC for gaming, but also I'm doing some minor video editing, and I also want to get into maybe the Adobe suite other than that, and or maybe doing a little bit of coding, and you're trying to get a catch-all system, but kind of on a budget, 9700X is probably going to be pretty good for that. But so is like if the price of that, if you can go to Micro Center and get a 7950X for the same price, you should get the 7950X. It is going to be better. The exciting chips are going to be, well, especially the 9950X for any sort of, I wouldn't say prosumer, but anyone wanting to get into this kind of stuff, get into video editing seriously and other productivity stuff like that. The IPC uplifts should actually become pretty beneficial there. And aside from that, if it performs like the 7950X did in eco mode, I'm going to be really happy, because the 7950X in 105 watt eco mode was nuts. It was almost the same as its standard TDP setting. Crazy. Micro Center also lets you try all the chairs, desks, monitors, etc. that you may want. I would say it's the fact that they have, one of the best things is that they have all their cases on display. The case is one of the things that you will see the most of on your PC, but you never really get to see it out of the box. You see little pictures online or in videos or things like that. No, you get to go and poke at all the cases and see which one you really like. So you get to see the actual size of the cases. What does Fractal mean by XL North or North XL? Well, that's the size of it. That's the XL-ness of it. You know, you get to actually check that out. What's up, PC Works? I charge more than $250. You should. That's worth it, Tim. It's worth it with you. Like, but also, you're not exactly a high volume builder, my friend. You're quality over quantity, dude. $80 more. I got the Ryzen 7 50X 3D on a great deal. Got it for $465, while the 700X 3D was $380. So to be the extra $80, okay, $80 more for that CPU is worth it in my opinion. I mean, here's the thing, Matthew. When you turn on any game, Xbox Game Bar is going to turn off one CCD anyway. It parks 8 of those cores, and you essentially have a 7800X 3D. Unless there's any issues with core parking, which can happen, which is why I think in some games the 7800X 3D wins a little bit over the 7950X 3D. But if you're trying to do stuff other than gaming, them 16 cores can sure come in handy. Can we go through Micro Center parts list? Segri 6, we could, but it will probably do you no good. I don't know what they're going to have in stock there at that Micro Center. No idea. I guess you could use it as kind of a guideline. Like, okay, they don't have this X670 board or this B650 board. What's an equivalent board to that? Or something, I guess. The problem with your build, though, is that you're not just going to need standard I/O because you're doing racing sim / flight sim. And if you go with a board with minimal USB ports on the back, you're going to have a bad time with any serious sim rig. That's when it's going to be like, what do I need to unplug to plug this in? My mouse or my keyboard? Like, you don't want that. So you're going to need a specific motherboard that I would be really picky about. And they might not have that one when they open up. I don't know. Yeah, also, PC Works. What kind of warranty you put out with your systems? Kind of curious about that. Huh? What's the warranty look like? Huh? Can't just talk about build fees, though. When can I get a PC Works system? Unless you go Moza and it plugs into the wheelbase, so you don't really need USBs. Well, I see that's the thing. If that's more modern systems will do that, and that's awesome. Like a built-in hub, that's cool. If you're like maybe getting older hardware off Facebook Marketplace, who knows? Not I. It could be just a bunch of little modules with all needing, you know. Typo just lurking back here. Thank you for the lurk, Triple B. Appreciate it. How you doing? Oh, you're lurking. My bad. Might be better deals than Micro Center like they did in Charlotte. Yeah, they're going to have deals. It's going to be great. But yeah. What's your personal opinion about the RX 6400 GPU? I haven't used one myself. So I have to think back to reviews of it. And like, there's probably, depending on your budget, there's probably some better options. Maybe. But it depends on your budget. I don't know. You put for your form here, you put less than 1,000. So I need to know what your actual budget is for your system in order to make a determination like that. But I know you're doing 1080p, gaming, pro gaming / esports, streaming. Okay. It looks like you're trying to do a lot with this system, and we'll look at that, but might need to temper expectations just a little bit. Because when you're doing a streaming system, that means you need to invest a little more in the motherboard to get good I/O on there. You also need more RAM than just like this, the very minimum 16 gigs. You need getting 32 is what I recommend for a streaming system. Yada yada yada, stuff like that. Okay, 90 days, and after that it's manufacturer warranties. But I help my customers through the process. I provide all boxes and receipts to the customers during shipping. That sounds nice. All right, when we're gonna have a configurator I can use, I'd do it. Brent Brown, love my O11 Dynamic XL. I ran one of those for a long time, and it was great for what I was doing because I was at the time actually utilizing the hard drive hot swapping capabilities. I wouldn't really do that anymore, but yeah. Then no Micro Center. Okay. All right. So my question for you is this. Do you want to wait? Like, because you asked questions to that, but never really answered it. Observer Thoughts left a while ago, and I didn't say bye, and I feel bad about that. Okay, so if you're not willing to wait, then no Micro Center, sure. Okay. Let's see. What is the actual maximum budget for your system? Let's take a look. Listed at $1,500, but as I've mentioned previously a bunch of times, that's in increments of $500, so you could be at $1,750, and that could make a big difference. Once you get up to these, a difference of $150 or $200 or whatever is not going to make a huge difference, but around this area, yeah, it makes a big difference. I can wait, but not really. Okay, I can't answer it for you. I cannot answer that question for you. If you wait, I'll help you with a build one-on-one. If you don't want to wait, we'll do a build now, and then when Micro Center opens up, you're on your own. Because there'll be other people who need help at that point who haven't gotten any help yet. So you get to choose. Do you want to go through the process now, or do you want to save it for when the Micro Center opens in Miami, and then I send you with a curated parts list for them to build for you? Up to you. 1,700. I can change that at least. I don't have a configurator because it's more of a personal experience. So I talk to the client and narrow down needs and wants, and then I put out best suggestions based on their budget. That sounds nice. That sounds familiar, actually. I don't know. I think I know someone else who does that, but on pretty large scale, to be honest. What do you say right now, Tim, when someone comes to you and says, "Hey, I want a 14900K or KS"? What would you tell them right now if they said that? Out of curiosity. But it is nice. I like that you provide all boxes. That's that. If I ran an SI, I would be doing the same thing like Phoenix PC does. HP Victus. I don't really do OEM suggestions because I don't really suggest OEM systems. But if you got something in mind, I'm not going to talk you out of it, I guess. But I do have my reasons. Here's the thing. When a Micro Center opens up for the first time, it's like Black Friday up in there. In both the good and the bad ways. It is going to be packed. They're going to go through their inventory pretty quickly and all that. But you can get some deals you won't necessarily be able to get normally. So you might be sitting there with your PC just coming in around the 23rd, arriving then, and be feeling like, man, I could have gotten this for this much. I should have waited or whatever. You know, I don't know. I don't know if that bothers you or not. You might be the type of individual where that kind of stuff doesn't bother you, where you're not victim to buyer's remorse or anything. It's not for me to say. No, wait for what? So you want to wait? So you're saying no to getting help now, you're going to wait? Or you don't feel like waiting? That was a little unclear. Guys, is it just me? That's a little unclear. No, sir. Okay, I'm gonna put a couple chats in there so you can see what I mean. No Micro Center. Okay, cool, got it. So you're not going to wait. You got a little bit caveman language there for me on me for a second. You're like, no, wait. So now I get it. Okay. Honestly, 1700. $1440p. I know exactly the system, and it's going to be right here. There we go. I know this is a little under budget. There are some other options here, like one with a 4070 Super, yada yada. But this is actually going to be a little bit more powerful, right up here. I recommended this in my last video. It was basically front and center. This is kind of this is an awesome deal here, especially with the aesthetics of it. It looks really nice. I do love the King 95. Really nice case. But this right here comes with the 7800X3D, which even with the launch of Ryzen 9000 series is pretty much still going to be the king of gaming CPUs until AMD launches 9000 series X3D chips. This thing is in an awesome panoramic looking case here. The King 95 was really well received by reviewers and everything from Montech. It's a really unique design. And you're getting a 360mm AIO along with this to cool that CPU. It's on a B650 motherboard. You do have the option. I'm going to show you an option here to get more IO just in case your sim rig needs it. But This has an AMD Radeon 7800 XT. Now, just to show you this here real quick, this is 1440p Ultra chart of GPUs here from Tom's Hardware, where they tested so many generations here. And the 7800 XT is right here, right next to the RTX 3090. Now, if you're going to sit there and tell me you couldn't get amazing 1440p performance out of a 3090, I'm going to call you a liar. It's a pretty great GPU. So that's a great option right there. Now, if you want to play something that has a lot of ray tracing, though, a system with an NVIDIA GPU is probably going to be the better bet, though it might cost you a little bit more, depending. So the option for that, I saw one here. This is not in black, though. This is in white, and you said you wanted a system in black. But regardless, this right here is very similar specs, but it's a 4070 Super, which is going to get a better performance than a 7800 XT even in pure rasterized performance or ray traced, especially. And this one's at $1599 in a nice thermal take case. And why do they have one more expensive but doesn't have the 7800 X3D? That's bonkers. Then there's this one here with the 7700X and a 4070 Super. Now, here's the thing. 7800X 3D is better for gaming, but when you move up to 1440p, your CPU doesn't matter as much. Your GPU is not cranking out as many frames per second because it's much higher resolution, so there's less work for your CPU to do. So, if you want a black system that has a 4070 Super, this is probably going to be the one right here. Is there an option for air cooling? Probably not, and I'm going to tell you why. Air coolers are systems with a CPU air cooler are more dangerous to ship than a system with a liquid cooler, all-in-one liquid cooler. That's because most of the weight of the cooler with an AIO is mounted to the chassis, whereas with a big honking air cooler, all of that is sitting on the motherboard, hanging off the socket right there. So it's great if it's just sitting there, but if you have to put it through the rigors of the shipping industry, most SIs will prefer to use AIOs, and they're very reliable. They're fine. I don't have a system I'm using right now that has an air cooler. It's all AIOs, and they work great. Uh, 4 a.m. You gotta have to wait for your turn, okay? You did submit the form, but I'm currently helping somebody else. And if I were helping you, I'm sure you wouldn't want someone else saying, hey, shut up about helping them. Help me now. Don't do that, okay? Just hang tight for me, all right? It's free help, so it does take time. Alucard, we could make a custom build. It's going to cost a lot more money because these are pre-configured systems. So it's probably going to cost much more. Not much more, but it's going to cost more and potentially go over budget. That's okay. I guess I can give it a shot. It really depends on how their custom builders priced out right now, so let's find out. This also takes longer, though. If you go with the custom builder, it can take longer to get the system. A pre-configured system will ship out of 1 to 3 business days. This will probably take a couple of weeks to get to you. 7800X 3D, cool. 4070 Ti Super, no. 4070 Super, sure. Is this out of order or is it just me? Is the 4070 Super not on the list here? They don't have the 4070 Super on the list here. What the heck? Just the 4070. They have the 4070, but I wouldn't choose that over a 4070 Super, and I'll tell you why. The difference in performance between 4070 and 4070 Super is pretty substantial. So yeah, it's not an option for the custom builder. So it's going to be this guy right here if you want to go with an AMD GPU. That'll do everything you pretty much need to do in 1440p. Or you can go with this guy that was down here. Where was it? You can go with the white one. You can get the 7800X 3D and the 4070 Super. I know it's not the color you wanted, but I will say that that thermal take case is very nice. Or you go with the case that's in the color you want. It's not the 7000X 3D, it's a 7700X, but then you get a 4070 Super. It does not need maintenance, no. AB2, if that was an option at this price point, it would be showing up here. It is not. Oh, PC works. Sam, I just saw your answer there. With microcode coming out and the extended warranty in the works, I think it's still a great option to recommend. It's hard for me. And here's the thing. Check this out. So I asked people in the forum here, okay, do you plan? Check this out. This should be of interest to you as well. I asked. There are 359 responses on this version of the forum. I had a previous one that got like 200 and something. Do you plan on upgrading your CPU over time? And it's a yes or no question, right? Check this out. Of course, it's Google Form, so it cranks out these charts. Look at this. 65.7%. Intel needs to change their policy, how they handle sockets. I think that they could make advancements with the same number of pins, but they don't. Like big advancements. I mean, if you look at 12th gen versus 13th gen when it comes to like the performance that they had in gaming and things like that, it was a pretty big jump. And they added a lot of E-cores and things like that. But yeah, it's hard at the end of life for a socket to say, yes, Intel, when there are new sockets right around the corner. That one, then I would say there's upgradability here. But when you have the majority of people, even if they're not going to do it, it says, do you plan on doing it? And this many people say, yeah. Doesn't mean they have to, but they're like, yeah, I'd like to be able to do it. So this really, the colors are backwards on this, honestly, because it heavily favors AMD because of how long they'll freaking support a socket for. It's crazy. Anyway. Which one are you interested in? Segri6, which one of these are you like? The King 95 with the AMD card? I'm telling you, 7800 XT is awesome. Oh, I was going to show you this. Check this out. So if you get this thing, because I can't really choose the motherboard, right? And it might not have enough IO. There's this guy right here. This is about 40 bucks, okay? This just plugs into your motherboard right there. See that? It's PCIe X1, so it only needs one lane here, but you get this. Look at that. And that is directly through PCIe, generally through the chipset, but still very fast compared to using a USB hub. It's better to use something like this. And this is about 40 bucks. Comes with, it adds on 5 USB Type A, USB 3.0s, and 2 USB Type C that are still 5 gigabit per second. And no external power from the power supply is needed. It all gets it through the PCIe bus. And it's plug and play. No drivers needed. Your computer already knows how to run USB ports. No drivers are needed. It just plugs in there. You turn your PC back, you power it, put power back into it, turn it back on, and then you're good to go. About 40 bucks on Amazon. I've used those before and they work great. The white one? Okay. I think that's a good choice. I've also got a discount code for you. So we can go see what this thing's going to cost after my discount. But let's look at the rest of the specs here. Ryzen 7 7800X 3D, 360 millimeter all-in-one liquid cooler, B650 motherboard. So you might end up needing that expansion card right there. 32 gigs DDR5, 5600. I've told them before that I prefer 6000 there for the mega transfers per second, but that is on the list of, frequencies that will work well with Zen 4. So it's fine. 1 terabyte NVMe Gen 4 M.2 drive. I'd like to see 2 terabytes, but it's under 2K, so I get that it's not. It's with it being at this price, it's fine. And adding storage is the easiest upgrade you can make. And that NVIDIA RTX 4070 Super with a 750 watt 80 plus gold power supply. There you go. So I'll go ahead and get you a link, a shortened link for this. And that code right there, we're going to test it out. We're going to see how much this takes off of your system, okay? I got to remove another one from the cart to do this, though. Let's see here. Take that off, and it's going to remove. Coupon code SWARM takes off $48 from the price, making this $15.51.99. And there you go. No problem. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, it's very fast. Depending on the game, depending on the use case, it can be up to like 15, 20% faster than 4070. Really nice upgrade that they did there. It's really the highest upgrade from a supercard in this generation, which is shown here. I mean, you can see it here. 4070 versus 4070 Super. Here's 4070 Ti versus 4070 Ti Super. It's very, talking about like 5 FPS difference and almost no difference for the 4080 and 4080 Super. So yeah, it's a pretty big distinction there. All right. Okay, so 4 a.m. This is a tough one. Now, whenever you're putting in your budget, it does ask you for your maximum budget, okay? And so what you're saying there in that earlier chat was that 650 is the max budget. And you're looking to stream 1080p 120? What platform allows you to stream 1080p 120? I know that Twitch lets you do 1080p 60, but I don't. Oh, you're welcome, Segri. No problem. Let us know how it turns out, okay? I don't think I've ever seen a platform that lets you do 1080p 120 when you're streaming to them, like what people can actually watch. They're not going to see 120 FPS. I mean, the data rate for that is pretty huge. The bandwidth needed for that is pretty huge. No, in-game. Okay, so just to be clear, you want a system that can do gaming and pro gaming / esports, streaming, and racing sim / flight sim, and you would like that for $650. I'm gonna be honest with you, I do not think that's possible. Just straight up. I'm not gonna, I'm always straight up with you guys. Budget's here, expectations are here. Okay? You need to either lower your expectations or raise the budget. And I know you can't just say like, all right, bam, more money. That's not how money works. So that's just asking too much from the budget. So you have options here. And again, most people are happy when I'm real with them, and I hope that remains the case here. All right. First off, don't get an HP computer for this. Don't do that. This system is going to require that you upgrade it over time. And with HP, you can run into proprietary hardware that is going to restrict you from upgrading it. Okay? So, honestly, in this situation, you might be better off with a console, because you can stream from a console, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't really used any like a PS5 or Xbox Series X1, whatever the hell they're called now, okay? I don't really pay attention to the console market. I'm a PC gamer, right? But in this case, that might serve you better. So that's one option. The other option, I mean, then you get I don't know if you can you run a webcam into a console? I don't even know. I guess you can. Anyway, the other option is to hang tight and save up. Once you get up to when you're at that kind of budget, even $50 to $100 can make a massive difference in what you end up getting. This is an investment. So if you want something that is pre-built, okay? It's a pre-built PC. You have to remember something. This is your third option coming up here. A chunk of your budget is going to the system integrator, because what are they doing for you? They are building the PC for you. They are putting an operating system on there that they have to pay for the license for. They are testing it, stress testing it. They're making sure it works. and they're shipping it to you and giving you a warranty. Those are goods and services. That costs money. If you want to get the most for a really tough budget build, the best option is to DIY it, to build it yourself. And if that's the case, you're going to do much better that way. So, like, if I could take a budget of $650 and probably build a system that can stream and game at 1080p. If I was building it myself. Just watch Scrapyard Wars. People do it all the time. And yes, Alucard is right. Jawa is your friend. A site like that, you can make guaranteed purchases on that are backed up, where you can get things like a used GPU, and it's supposed to be guaranteed to work. Can we do that? Well, that's not up to me. Can you? Do you feel like you could do a DIY build? Who's why it? What do you mean? I would go DIY, but that's just me. Yeah, just remember this. You're making an investment here in something that you're going to rely on to do consistent streams. And basically, if you do end up saving more and trying to get more out of it, you're going to benefit for years to come as you use this thing. But we can try to do something where you can upgrade it over time and see where that goes. For my first time, I don't have a clue, my friend. That's why I'm asking. Because you need to understand, this is all I know about you. That's it. You know who you are. You know what your experiences are. You know what you're comfortable doing. You know whether you know better than I do, whether you're comfortable following a guide on how to build a PC, right? I don't know that about you. All I know are the words that you have typed since arriving here. And that's all I see is that. So I can suggest it, but it's up to you to take that suggestion and say, this works for me, or no, I better save up more so I can get pre-built. And that's fine. Pre-built is the best gateway into PC DIY. And if you don't want to do PC DIY, it's still the best gateway into PC gaming and streaming and all that stuff. Because you get something that's built for you, warranted, and is guaranteed to work. So if you think you're not comfortable with that, DIY, okay, it's just the letters. Just, oh, I get it. DIY it. I get you. Okay. I get it. Okay. So yeah, don't ask me whether it's right for you. Only you can determine that. Because again, you guys all got to realize that this is all I know of everyone. Even for those of you who have been here, coming in here for months or years. Other than the few people who I've met in person, what's up, Alucard? Right? This is all I know of you. And I have to operate off of that. You know, I learn certain aspects of your personality over time, but if you just came here for the first time, it's words on a screen, and I do my best with that. That does depend on your household for sure. If you got pets that like to get up on top of things and that are interested in sounds and lights and stuff, yeah, you probably need a case. You know what we need? We need a good reliable SI that does bare bones systems. I wish we had that. Like, build kits are cool, but why not bare bones, right? Get a bare bones PC with just the motherboard, CPU in there, and a power supply, and then you get your own GPU, RAM, whatever, storage. Gonna regret buying a console. Either save up or go build your own with parts, hunting for deals on even used stuff. AB2, the thing about it is this. The used market is not friendly to people who are new to PCs. You need to have some experience with troubleshooting, with determining whether something is worth the price or not. You have to be able to evaluate that yourself. So yeah, it can be a problem. Okay. So yeah, we can try doing a build for 650. Okay, this is gonna be a bit of a challenge, but I'm not afraid of that. Let's start a new build, 650. Okay. Maybe Ryzen 5000 series could be an option. Or 12th gen Intel could be another option. 12th gen Intel will actually give you more upgrade options than the, and of course with microcode update, everything should be, and extended warranties. You know, 12th upgrading to a 14th gen processor down the line, not a bad idea. You know, 14600K is a 14 core processor, right? Or even the 14500, same number. Let's do this. I'm curious. Lowest price, Intel Celeron E1400, 2 cores. Wow. That is the cheapest one at $14. Oh yeah. Athlon X4, jeez Louise. Core 2 quad? All right, we're a little too low here. But I mean, think about this. A Ryzen 5 3600 is a 6-core 12-thread CPU that can do gaming and streaming all in one, and it's got a great price to it. Ryzen 5 5500 is a 6-core 12-thread CPU, 8707. Does this one have any limitations like PCIe Gen 3 only, that kind of thing? I don't recall offhand. Man, it's been so long since I've looked at these. Okay. We got to narrow this down a little bit. Why don't we say AMD only? AMD Ryzen 5 only. How about that? O status coming in with emotes in all caps. Hold on. How do I make this as shouty as it looks? AMD 9950X, 4090 RTX, or would you wait for the new AMD graphics card? Also, which power supply would be recommended? Why are you yelling at me? Turn the caps lock off and talk like a human. JDD Tech Mods, what's up? Wait for the new AMD graphic. AMD's not focusing for 8,000. Their 8,000 Radeon cards. They're not doing a high end. No. If you want to wait for any of them, wait for 50 series, I guess, which is going to be in probably February of 2025. Otherwise, like, I mean, if you're not going to tell me what you're going to use it for, I don't know if you even need a 4090. I have no idea. Fill out the form that you find that's linked in the description, like everybody else did. That would probably be the way to go. Oh, no SMT. Okay. No 12 threads. Gotcha. Ryzen 5 3600 coming in at $89. It is the GOAT. It is. We can change that later. Man, a bundled would come in handy here, but I don't even know where I would start to look for one that's of that generation. B550, right? Remember, we are talking about for streaming, so it does need to not have the least I/O possible, but we're looking at a really tight budget. So, also we could go with like a 5600 or 5700G. Could go that route. All right, what do you got for I/O? I think this thing has crap for I/O, actually. Oh, God, no. Ugh. Why you gotta be like that? And don't show pictures of it. Whatever you do. Yeah, I wouldn't want to show it off either. Okay. Wow, green PCB. What year is it? Crazy. Ah, the good old UD. Well, let's see what you got there. At least it has Wi-Fi included, though it's AC Wi-Fi. I've seen worse. I have seen worse. This is not the worst. Okay, so that's 7 USB Type A's, 1 Type C, surprisingly enough, and a BIOS flashback button, unless I miss my guess. Wow, that's a lot of PCIe slots. Okay. 2 M.2 sockets. This is kind of a sick motherboard in its own way. No front panel USB Type-C header. It's fine. Oh yeah, there is. It's down here. Yo, this thing's kind of sick, actually. For 99 bucks or $107. Hell yeah. All right. I mean, it's a little more than I would want to spend normally, but it is a streaming system. We need to have expandability, and you'll need probably one of these things to get enough USB. If you're going to start getting things like Stream Decks or Stream Deck pedals or webcams or USB microphones, things like that, you'll run out of USB eventually. And if you do, that's an option. You just don't need to get it at first, okay? So we'll add that to parts list. There we go. So we're in for $200 or $196 just for CPU and motherboard. Oh boy, I'm doing this the wrong way probably. I'm not used to this. This is tough. But I like a challenge. So memory, 16 gigs would be okay for starters. And with DDR4, it's not as bad to do 4 sticks. In fact, it can do great with that. So, however, I do know that DDR4 3600 is better for 3000 and 5000 series Ryzen. So we'll choose that. So we'll start with 16 gigs, okay? But then you're going to upgrade that to 32 after a while. You get the exact same RAM, and you upgrade that to 32 gigs down the line once you're streaming a little bit more consistently and you're needing that RAM, okay? We're just trying to get this thing going. 2x8 for now. And then you just get another 2x8 kit of the exact same type, and you'll be good to go. Look at that. Corsair Vengeance LPX 16 gigs, $44.99. Dunyan rings. There you go. DDR4 3600 CL18 is fine. Although we do have for less. Wait, I didn't sort by price. DDR4 3600 16. That's good. And a good old G-Skill Ripjaws 5. Okay. There. We're sorting by price now. We hadn't done that yet. There are cheaper kits. But this is actually sick RAM. DDR4 3600 CL16. Yeah. That's good memory. Get another kit like that down the line. Make it 32 gigs if you're going to be doing a lot of streaming, okay? CPU cooler is going to be the cooler that it comes with in the box, okay? We're not doing any kind of fancy cooler. You can upgrade that later. Because we got to still do your storage and your GPU and your power supply and your case. But CPU, motherboard, RAM for $234.79 is pretty nice. How old is the 3600 anyways? I don't know. Take that, copy, paste it into Google, and let me know. Okay. One terabyte Kingston NV2. Send it. That's PCIe Gen 4 at a reasonable price. And yeah. Let's... I kind of want to do everything else and then go to the GPU. Because I'm afraid. I'm afraid to look for the GPU. But something like a 1660 Super is going to have the same encoder, NVENC encoder. I shouldn't say NVENC encoder. That's like saying ATM machine. But the same NV encoder. How about that? There you go. As like a 3090 had. Same thing in the 1660 Super. Same Turing-based NVENC as the high-end 30 series cards. So that's an option. You might even go for... Maybe we'll even stop by Jawa and see if we can find you a good deal on a good GPU that's going to do the job. Ghost Punter had a 3900X before my current CPU. That's actually what I got from iBuyPower in that first system. 3900X and a 3070. And all of that for the same price as price that a 3070 cost on eBay, which was crazy. Yeah, 3060 is $279. It's nice because of the 12 gigs of VRAM, but I don't think you need that, really. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Let's not do that the other way. Ooh, a nice GTX 1630. No, thank you. 3050 though, for 169. Ah, it's a 3050 6 gig. Yikes. Well, that's the same thing as the 1660 Super, isn't it? What does that have for VRAM? 6 gigs. Yeah, and that's more money. Yeah, go 3050. 6 gig. It's the same as a 1660 Super. A lot of people use those in budget systems that also stream. So, I mean, I've seen that used, suggested many a time. There's the 8 gig 3050 at $199.99, and that's pushing a little bit higher than I wanted to. And that's when you're getting into ARC A750 territory, which will beat a 3050. Just verifying that. We've got 1080p. 3050's down here, A750's up here. So don't at me, all right? I know what I'm talking about. But then you got the 6600 XT and the 6600. And with the new OBS update, you can do the one-click setup for your streaming with any 6000 or 7000 series Radeon GPU. I know y'all are probably flooding me with suggestions right now. I get it. Oh, that's actually the old. There we go. That's up to date. 3050 8 gig is looking pretty good, though. But if you're looking for a 1660 Super, let's see compared to a 1660 Super. Where's that? That's over here. Yeah, the 3050 is up here, but that's the 8 gig 3050. 6 gig might be a little below this, but oh, that's 1660 Super, actually. It's right by the 3050, just about. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, the problem with that, Broga, is that the A750 or the ARC, Intel ARC GPUs are not part of the OBS update. It's 6000, 7000 series Radeon cards, and anything RTX counts for that. So I'm trying to keep that in mind. RX 6600s right here. Wait a minute. Okay. And the 6600 is here. It's higher than everything else we've looked at, including the A750. It's a great card. I don't know if we can fit it in the budget, but we're gonna try. 8 gigs of VRAM. Okay. Yeah, let's give this a shot. Oh my goodness. Yeah, how? I might need to lower the storage, go to with like a PCIe Gen 3 storage or something, but that's $56. How am I going to get cheaper than that and like not cringe at it? So like not feel bad about the choice. So we need a case and a power supply, and we have 150 bucks. It's 650 is the budget. Okay, never mind, we're good. Maybe. Case is going to be budget. It's going to be a budget case. Let's see what we can do. MX331 Mesh X from Cougar, $48.99. I'd like to choose something with fans in it that doesn't give me nightmares like this one does. Okay, something with fans in it. And mesh, please. Oh, that's not too bad. It's a mesh front panel. Comes with 4 RGB fans, 5301. That looks like a winner to me from Gamdias. Okay. But what's the difference between these two? Other than like $3. $1. It's a $1 difference. ROG C1 Elite versus ROG C1. This one should be better, right? Because it's Elite. That one doesn't come with the rear fan, unfortunately. I don't even know if these are like... let's take a look at this thing. Four built-in 120 millimeter fixed RGB fans. You cannot change the color of these. They will look like this forever. Yep, that's how they make them that cheap. Makes sense. No, what we need is this. All right, I got you. Okay, forget all that. Sorry, Gamdias, but you got beat. That'd be the XT Pro Ultra. It is $69.99, I know, but it's within budget. If you want to go non-RGB, I don't think this comes with 4 fans like this one does. So I'm going to go with this one right here. $69.99. Done. And it's Fantex. Fantex makes quality cases. So now we have $90 for a power supply. Yeah, no, I went full ATX on the motherboard. You know why? Because it's a streaming machine. And if you're going to be streaming, you need to consider things like adding in an internal capture card or adding in an additional PCIe add-in card for extra USB, things like that. I don't do MATX or ITX motherboards for streaming PCs. Seasonic Focus, 550? No. Okay. Maybe going Seasonic is... No, yes. Seasonic Prime Ultra Gold 750, 750 watts, 80 plus gold. Probably not fully modular. Oh, it is fully modular. For $99.99. That's a problem because it puts us $10 over budget. Check it out. Maybe the Focus G 750. 650 watts should be fine for a 3050. 750 watts. Was it 650 or 650 watts? That should be fine. So we're at 661 and 74 cents, and we have the whole bill. Montec Air 903. It's the only case I know. Thank you, Anton. Appreciate it. O status. Yes. Every dollar does count. You can go with the PC Bros if you want. I could do that. But the thing is that love the Toasty Bros. They're awesome. But they have a bad habit of putting words like streaming on PCs that have no business doing that. This is much better for that. We took into consideration things like, hey, not just gaming performance, but how is this thing going to do it streaming? And now 6000 series Radeon cards are better for that because of the OBS update. Neat. Secondly, we have maybe a room for upgrading the RAM. This, I would prefer 32 gigs if you're going to be doing anything complicated in your stream. But if you're just capturing your game and putting your face cam on there, cool. 16 gigs should do it, depending on the game. And if it's a little bit low, this is one of the easiest upgrades you can do. Pop in one more kit of this for another 38 bucks. Done. Okay? This motherboard, surprisingly good. 2 M.2 sockets, is not amazing, but you can start with a 1 terabyte drive and down the line, grab yourself a 2 terabyte and then maybe some external storage. You should have all the storage you need for the most part, but by then, 2 terabytes of storage might be even cheaper at that point. Right now, you can get an Inland Performance Plus 2 terabyte for like $139. This is $56.99 for 1 terabyte Kingston MV2. This is fine. It's not. It is DRAMless, but it is using HMB, and it can be very consistent with its reads and writes. I noticed that myself on an HMB drive recently, so I'm not going to dog it. I didn't say 3050. I said 3050. This is an RX 6600. That's my bad. But if we wanted the 3050 under budget, it would be... Well, no, I guess the 3050 was 8 gigs. But this is a better performing GPU. 3050 is down here. Okay, here's a 6600. That's a difference in frames per second of about 30, it looks like, at 1080p medium. Pretty substantial. So there it is. That's the thing. That's your PC. It's $10 over. I know. I'm sorry about that. But I could also drop the price here and there on a little thing here and there if you need me to. I would not mind doing a 512. Sure. It is a difference of $19. But if that's an issue, then yeah, we can do that. I mean, this is a parts list, meaning that you can upgrade this later. You can change out whatever parts you want. But now, with that change, we are under budget at $642.74. Now, what's missing from here is Windows. So here's what you do. All right, you download the Windows Media Creation tool for Windows 11, install it, and then just don't activate it. And if you want to get a license, an OEM license to activate Windows 11, you can go to my YouTube sponsor VIP CDK deals. It is linked in my last SI Weekly episode's description, and get a key there for like 20 bucks or so. But also you could just not activate it. Sorry, you can't change the color of your toolbar. All right, but like, c'est la vie. But yeah, you have options there. I told you we could do it as a DIY build. But think about this. Take about 15-20% of that and make it build fees and stuff, and you're going to get less performance. That's the problem with pre-builts at this price point. Finding great deals on that can be really tough. After seeing this, I almost want to submit a cheap A build where I already have a GPU and power supply to use. You could do that. You could save a bit with an MSI B650N PSU. Well, we're under budget. We're good. We want Seasonic. It is not cheap for Seasonic, right? It's not the cheapest thing out there, but here's the thing. 10-year warranty. That means this thing could be the power supply used in this build forever. I mean, if 650 watts can handle, probably be able to handle like a 5060 Ti or whatever whenever those come out. I don't know what they're going to require for it. I have no idea. It is what it is. There was a different power supply that was 750 watts from Seasonic. But look at your options at this price point. Just try to keep it around the same price. The thing is, you don't cheap out on your power supply, okay? Do that, you risk all the rest of this, okay? All the rest of this if you cheap out on your power supply. And yeah, the 3600 should come with a stock cooler included. So you have your CPU cooler. But there you go. Oh, they actually make you pay for that? Yeah, 4AM, they do want to make money as one of the largest corporations in the world. Yes. Surprisingly enough. But if you install it and don't activate it, guess what? They don't charge you money for that. And with that, we have completed our builds for the evening. Very nice. Because nobody else has submitted a form, so that's it. Dunion rings, baby. Alucard left and I didn't say bye. I always feel bad. Bon Jovi Marcus says the PSU basement is different. I don't know what you mean by that. About what? Oh, the basement was the difference between those two cases.
elite and the non-elite. I didn't like those anyway because I don't like fans being locked in to having, because when you get fans that are like, they're RGB, but they're not, you know, addressable or adjustable in any way, you can't even turn it off. It just runs off the power to the fans, and it just runs the RGB at all times. It's not great. Lots to take in. Generally, yeah, but these can be fun. I don't know why I'm being so invested for a system that is not for me, but there's an option there. It's a headache. It's headache inducing to look. Wait, where was that? Ryzen 3600 has more cache and supports Gen 4 16 lanes. Yep, and you can get later on, look at a 5800X 3D or 5900X if you want, or 5950X if you want 12 or 16 cores. That are going to perform a lot better, but yeah. I don't know why anyone would want that permanent RGB. Crash, some people just think that means gaming. And that's not even me being facetious. There's some people really think that. Because it's what they see. What we see turns into what we believe over time. But yeah, we did it. We're all caught up. Just rocking out a little bit because we're done. Amazing. 5700X 3D. It's an Anton. I never used it, never messed with it, but sure. 6 fans for $65. Yeah, the X3, Montec X3. I mean, that is a nice case too, but I really like that Fantex pushed so hard to get into budget cases, and I really like Fantex cases. The X3 is fine. It is. But honestly, it's not really necessary to have that many fans, to have 6 fans in there, because the 3600 and the RX 6600 are not going to generate a ton of heat. Cool thing about PC cases, you can add fans later too. But no, I like the XT from Fantex. It's a nice case, especially for the price. Good stream, Bray. You seem to be feeling good. You know, you fake it till you make it. I'm kidding. I'm feeling okay. I'm excited about. There's something I haven't told you guys yet, and I don't know if I'm supposed to. I don't know if I'm able to. So, we'll just do a little just chatting for now. Just a little just chatting right now. Okay. Anyone who submits a form, I guess I'm closing that out now, and I'll help you on Tuesday. But okay, so I don't know if I should say this or not, if I'll get in trouble or not. Okay, so when the thing happened with Deepcool, it pushed back pre-built rebuilt yet again. All right, we had our delays before, delays in getting the original system from iBuyPower, because they were doing all that VCTA stuff with Riot Games, and that was a huge deal. That was like one of the biggest marketing things they've ever done, and it took over the marketing department over there for like months. That's fair. Like, I get that. And then it was like, okay, well, Computex is coming up. I'm waiting on stuff from companies, from brands to have for B-roll. I need to work on all this B-roll, get all this stuff. Started filming things, and after the Computex thing happened and Deepcool thing happened, I had to throw a lot of that footage out because it was all centralized around Deepcool having agreed to sponsor most of the beginning of the series. So then everything Deepcool centric that I had, well, a lot of it was Deepcool centric because that was like all the stuff I got at first. So then I had to fix this. Fantex, they're sponsoring the episode about fans. Makes sense, right? And I'm excited about that, like really excited about that. And they never wavered, even though things got delayed time and time again. Ever since January at CES, they've been pumped for that, and that's amazing. So when it came time to look at the rest of the episodes, basically the beginning of the series is going to be this. It's going to be the intro episode, the introductory episode, I should say. This is introducing pre-built, rebuilt, explaining the whole series, telling you about phase 1, maybe telling you about phase 2, which you should be very excited about, okay? That's going to be the best part. But anyway, and just telling you a few things, how to figure out what you should even upgrade on your PC. How is this going to affect your warranty with your system integrator? Things like that. Not that I can answer for every one of those. It's going to be a thing about, like, you need to ask them, but also let's talk about a couple of situations. So there's that episode on September 1st. That's how it's planned right now. Then there's the first 4. This is the proof of concept for the rest of the series, for the rest of phase 1, just to show, hey, Asus, we want to do, or MSI or Gigabyte, whoever, we want to do a motherboard episode. This is what the series is like. Do you want to sponsor that, take part in that? They need something to look at, and that's the first 4 episodes. It's going to be how to install and remove your GPU, like I did in the episode in December, showing how to set up your PC, but focused on that because you can't upgrade certain things without removing your GPU, and you need to be comfortable doing that. Then how to add storage to your system, both physically and in your OS. How to upgrade your RAM, and how to upgrade your fans, change your airflow setup, okay? So that's the first 4 episodes. So I will say this, 2 of those episodes, one of those is sponsored by Fantex. That's the fan episode. I've already got the product from them. We're waiting on some newer fans from them that just came in, so I can maybe include them, but if I can't, that's okay. And then there's 2 episodes that are, one is RAM and one is storage. And even though they don't make it, Deepcool was going to sponsor those. Not anymore. So can you guess who I called for that? Who I reached out to? I won't have you guess. I went to Kingston, and they're down. So Kingston's sponsoring those 2. Yet I still had the GPU episode and the introductory episode. So I want to see, can you put Windows on USB from Chromebook? You should. I don't know, actually. I don't know if you can run that, the .exe file to set that up. If anything, go to your local library. There's PCs there where you should be able to download the media creation tool, run it, and install it on the USB. You should be able to do that. So, what's up, Ed G? So, this is probably the most exciting thing, and you guys are never going to guess. You're never going to guess who is going to sponsor the introductory episode and the GPU episode. It is so perfect. Remember, the GPU episode is not about upgrading your GPU. It's about how to safely remove it from your system or put it into your system. It's very basic, but you'll need to do that frequently if you're making a lot of upgrades, because it just gets in the way of everything. Trust me on that. Keep those guesses coming. Keep those guesses coming. I want to see if anybody can get this, because I don't know if I can say it. They're generally pretty secretive about this kind of stuff until things come out. But Nakey Jakey, how? Why would you do that? Jakey, you're cool and all, but yeah, that's I'm gonna go ahead. Fine. I'm not gonna time you out. I guess I just don't want that up there. Jeez. With pre-built. I just call it PBR, but yeah, it's pretty safe to assume many of the user PCs will be out of warranty. That's true, but some won't be. Some people will be getting a certain PC at a certain budget and plan on upgrading it within a few months because they need the upgrades. They just couldn't afford it right off the bat, which is fair. Okay, it has to be someone I would want to sponsor it, that I would approve for that. NVIDIA makes sense, AJCP, but remember, it's not just the GPU episode. Also, this PC doesn't have an NVIDIA GPU. It has an AMD one. But it's not just that. It's also just the introducing the whole series, talking about the premise, the breakdown of the series, how it's going to work. They're also sponsoring that. All right, hint time. It is not a system integrator. It is not a system integrator. That's hint number 1. PC World is a good guess, but incorrect. RC. And AJCP, you guessed ASRock earlier. I would probably say to them, hey, wait for the motherboard episode. You know, the whole point of sponsorship for pre-built rebuilt is that the sponsor, the product is being used in that episode, so I don't necessarily, for most of them, have to put in a pre-roll ad. I want it to be more organic. I don't want it to feel cringe, you know? Shrek? Sorry, Crash, not really. That's a dream sponsorship, but not happening. Micro Center guessed twice. Nope. Okay. Hint number 2, and this one's going to freak y'all out. Are you ready for this? It is also not a company that sells computer components. But it's still perfect. All right. You got anything at that point? Anything. It's not Microsoft, no. Pizza. Pizza's my favorite food. But no pizza company is sponsoring this. Panda Man's got it. What better company to sponsor a couple episodes of a show about upgrading than the company whose screwdriver I'm going to be using the entire time? I didn't say it. Somebody else said it. It's right there. Right there. There we go. That is perfect. I know it. I mean, what do you guys see in every stream? Like 3 LTT screwdrivers. I'm about to expand my collection too. Yeah, it was a Hail Mary. It was a long shot, but I was like, you know what? I know some of those guys. Let me reach out. I sent out that email, and it's freaking huge, okay? That's huge for me. Like, it's not like I haven't met most of those guys at this point. I have, and they're amazing, but like, this is different. This is different. It's like nuts. Draxus is raiding with a party of 2. Draxus, here you go. Thank you, Draxus TTV, for raiding with a party of 2. Let's go, nerds. Welcome to the stream. What's going on, Draxus? How you been? What were you doing? You were playing Minecraft. Okay, cool. I was just revealing something to everybody in chat that I hope I don't get in trouble for revealing. Although I didn't say it. I just said, yeah, that's it, when someone guessed it. Thought I'd stop by and say hi. Very cool. Thank you for doing that. Appreciate it. Hope your stream went well. I know how rating works, though. You need to go grab some grub, grab a drink, anything like that. You go do that, and I do appreciate it, though. After hint 2, I figured it was either LMG or GN. GN would be cool, but... Yo, Ed, thank you for the 5... Okay, all right, here. Ed G just gifted 5 Braithorn memberships on the YouTube stream. Let's go, nerds. That's a membership for Mike992, Steve, Country Bumpkin Simulation, Celtic Reaper, and Prolific Sapien. Welcome to the swarm. Thank you. It was okay. Oh, that's cool. Well, glad to hear it, and thank you for coming in. I appreciate that. Not gonna lie, but a Texas barbecue place would have been good too. It has nothing to do with upgrading PCs though. Maybe you need a snacky afterwards. And I do love me some Texas barbecue, of course. But anyway, I've been in a pretty good mood because of that. Things are tough right now, but they're looking good in the future. That's all. I can look at my bank account and see red right now, but like, That's going to change. It's going to get better. Literally, though, it sucks right now. Things are just really, really, really bad right now. Exceptionally bad. But, we'll see. Things are looking up. And I couldn't be happier. So, now that could change. I haven't signed anything yet. And I probably shouldn't have said it, but the interest is there. And they're like, we want to do this. So, thank you, Ed. I appreciate that. I mean, yeah, Crash. Hope springs eternal, man. That's what I'm about. I mean, I always try to. I'm almost optimistic to a fault at times, other than when depression gets its claws in me, which it does. That runs in my family. But I've made it through worse, so I'll make it through this extreme slowdown in the industry. I was hoping that there wouldn't be a lot of negativity around the 9000 series launch, because we need to have some positivity injected into this industry and into consumer trust and excitement and all that. But there's still more CPUs to launch. We'll see how that goes, and there's already great stuff out there. So yeah, is what it is. But yeah, I guess that's on that not disappointing note. I guess I'll see. Let me see how many of you folks we got here in the Twitch stream. Okay, look, we got 31 people in the YouTube stream and 21 in the Twitch stream, but I can't raid people on YouTube. I know there's supposed to be a way to do that, but I don't really know anybody who streams on YouTube. I know people who stream on Twitch. So if I can ask this of you, my YouTube audience, there's a link in the description to go over to the Twitch channel. Please come join me so we can change this 23 viewers to actually 56 viewers. If everybody jumped ship from YouTube to go watch come over to Twitch and we raid, that would be 63 people in a raid. No, 53. 56? I don't know what's happening to numbers. Numbers aren't my friend. 56 people instead of 23. You just gotta click a button. And it makes me happy to be able to bring some enthusiasm and excitement and hype to somebody else who is streaming right now. That's what I like to do. I do feel bad that Drax is just raided here, but we're just gonna bring that party on to another location. We're stream hopping right now. Your streams helped me realize I did not need to buy a new PC until 2026. Wow, that's something. AB2, nice stream, Bray. Thanks for popping up to my recommendation today. And when I say y'all got a dip, you got it. You're welcome. I didn't do that on purpose, but I'm glad it happened. Patrick McGowan, how's it going? Welcome. Underground Aesthetic, thank you for coming in. How's it going? Went from 21 to 26 people on Twitch already. I will give it a couple minutes for more people to migrate while I find someone else to join in. Looks like pre-roll ads are also disabled, so you're not going to get hit. Oh, there's an ad break in progress right now. Oh, Lord. All right. I'm sorry that if you joined over in the Twitch channel, you just got hit with an ad. It sees people start coming in and it's like, ooh, money. All right, Bezos, you got your cut. Let them go. Are you suggesting that coconuts migrate? Because I realize that what I have will be good enough for 1080p and some 1440p. Yeah. That's the thing. New stuff is going to keep coming out. It will always come out. Your stuff, unless there's some kind of shady forced obsolescence stuff via Apple style going on, your new stuff is your current stuff is still just as good when new things come out. Draxus, hope you're doing well, Braithorn. I hope you're doing well too, Draxus. Yeah, I feel bad that you rated right when I'm going to be rating somebody else, but hey, we're keeping the party going, and we're up to 31 viewers now. Thank you so much for moving over, people from YouTube. If we can get a few more. Glad to see your stream running awesome as always. Yeah, have you used the 4K streaming yet? I've had some people complaining about it. I hope it's not Twitch, because this is a pretty new feature for them. Love the PC from Quota Tech. Heck yeah. Right. You're up there in Canada. Forgot about that. Yeah, you know what? I don't know if Quota Tech has any testimonials in the SI Testimonials group of channels in the Discord. I don't know if Quota Tech has any. They might have a couple. I need to check that. Let me look while I'm waiting for just giving everybody a chance to make it over if you want to. YouTube people, trust me, rating is fun. Let's see. Discord, SI Testimonials. Quota Tech, yes, there are some. There are a couple. One was a deleted user. Oops. There are 2 testimonials. And also, Kevin is active in the Discord. Kevin is one of the 2 partners that runs Quota Tech. But if you want to, take some pictures of your system, talk about the buying experience, the ownership experience, unboxing, all that, whatever you want to talk about. If you had a problem, it's even, well, I mean, not to say that having a problem is good, but it's even better because you can share how they handled the problem. So, all right. We went down to 25 viewers. I guess people didn't want to wait anymore. Oh, man, that is fluctuating. 27. All right, let me find somebody to raid. I know I'm taking too long with this. Let me go ahead and get it done. But I like spending time with you guys, so it's always hard for me to walk away. We already rated Emmett just last time. Okay, Vio, what kind of madness are you doing now? Oh my god. There's a streamer that I know named Vio who does starting soon-a-thons, where people can donate bits and sub and gift subs in order to keep the starting soon screen going for many hours. It's crazy. Ooh, Libra LeBron. What? When did you get back? Okay, Libra LeBron is from Phoenix PC. So we're going to raid Libra. Okay, guys, let's raid Libra LeBron. Libra LeBron's super cool. You know what the deal is, right? You know that your mission, should you choose to accept it, is even if you need to leave, just say one nice thing to the streamer. If it's a hi or if it's a raid message, which I can make one for you guys really quick. Here, let's do this. Here. I'll just throw together a raid message. All you guys got to do is copy paste it. Let me see what emotes are. Okay. If I use this emote, it should be for followers only as well. Oh, never mind. So that should work. You don't have to be subbed to use that one. Just copy it, paste it in. So that's one thing I'd ask of you when we raid. Do this for Libra. Libra's super cool, part of Phoenix PCs. And I would love to have you guys just drop a bunch of those in there, even if you got to go. It'll make them happy. It'll hype them up. Let's go ahead and do that. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Okay, sorry. I have to search. There we go. Got them. They're playing X Defiant right now, which I've never played. But I don't do too many first-person shooters. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and start that raid. Thank you guys for hanging out. I will see y'all on Sunday for the gaming stream. And until then, take care.
Let's go, nerds!